All right. Woo! Oh, there he goes. Should have known.
Gotta hit those highs.
You were looking at me. Welcome back to How Doomed Are We with our two upbeat music for the idea here how doomed we are, but we are also heroes this time. Woo! So welcome back. If you haven't checked out episode 0, it is on our YouTube, so you can get to know the characters there. We are starting the Blackened Earth campaign today, which is really exciting. I was going to hold up the book for it, but I forgot it upstairs, so I'm not going to do that. But we are jumping into the newest campaign from Cubicle 7 for Soulbound, the Age of Sigmar RPG, and that's what we're going to be playing today. I've got an idea of where I think we might get to in a few hours here.
I can guarantee you it's wrong.
But we
it's
right?
too far ahead.
We're going to get like maybe half the way of what I'm expecting, and then I'll be like, okay, good. But because you never know with players, what you expect to take 3 minutes is going to take an hour, and what you expect to take an hour will take 3
get
minutes.
missed. They'll walk by that room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, just like teaching, too.
Right? Always. They say always overplan. I have overplanned.
Well, that's what happens. I overplan, and the students underdeliver. So
Yeah.
Right. As long as both metrics are there, I think.
yes,
Yeah.
it's fine.
So you're talking about overplanning. I was importing everything into Foundry, so like I can just roll the NPCs and monsters and stuff right in there. And at first I was like, well, I should just do like the first chapter of stuff because I'm not really going to need more than that. And then I ended up just doing the whole book's worth. So, because I don't value my own time, apparently.
I was just say, like,
Just think about how
Who
much time
has
you'll save in
time?
the future when you're like, oh, I need a... No, I don't.
I already did that.
I can poop for another 15 minutes while playing Marvel Snap.
Yup. You got to get that one more daily mission.
Listen, yeah.
To get your weekly mission of completing daily missions.
Correct.
It solves its own. It's a problem that solves itself.
Oh,
But
boy.
welcome. Thank you so much for joining. If you're watching this later on YouTube, also thank you for checking us out there. Were you going to push something?
No, I never started recording the audio. Do you need that?
Well,
You can get it off the video, right?
Yeah.
You want me to start it here, and the first 5 minutes will be video audio, and the rest will be real audio. Look at that. We sound so much better
much
now.
more better audio.
Ooh.
I hope this isn't telling for like how
How doomed
gonna
are we?
start.
We can't even get started.
I don't know if
be
you're
fair.
familiar with the name of the network, but
If anybody's listened to or watched anything else that we've done, this is just on brand.
there's so many buttons I have to press to go live. You know what I mean? I forget that
Did
this
you go
big
live?
red one over here.
Did you go live on Twitch?
Oh, on Twitch. This is streaming just to my mom's Facebook.
She would watch it too.
She would. She'd leave it on in the background and watching football.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, speaking of teaching as well, it's just like the staple of like a Mr. Cole test is where it's like, oh yeah, I forgot to take that question out. Just cross it off. Don't worry about it. I won't count it against you. My bad. Every year
My
I
bad.
mean to get rid of it, and then I forget.
Oh my gosh.
It happens probably too often, but I think kids kind of find it funny. But I was saying thank you so much for checking this out. We are the Professional Casual Network, of course. And if you're interested in anything else Warhammer, we have a bunch of content out there. Main thing being a grim podcast of perilous adventure. We're playing through the Enemy Within campaign for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition, which at this point, I think the most recent episode was 183. That might just be for patrons. The patrons get it a week early. But yeah, if you're into Warhammer at all, especially with the Old World coming out next year, you want to revisit the Old World and get reacquainted with the Empire and everything, check out A Grim Podcast of Perilous Adventure, wherever you get podcasts. We also do Pathfinder 2nd Edition content. Just dump the dice out, it's fine. We've been sitting here for an hour, but of course there's always stuff we forgot to do when it's more appropriate.
Hold on, I
But it
also need to
works.
put the regular dice away outside.
You don't
the
need a
D6s.
D20.
Right.
We do have all of our characters on Foundry. If you checked out episode 0, we created our characters in Foundry, which was dope. Thank you, Cubicle 7, for the core book module there.
Thanks, Cubes.
Yeah. And really just thank you, Cubicle 7, for this game. Soulbound has really reignited my interest in Age of Sigmar. And I think they're doing an awesome job of fleshing out the Mortal Realms. And I love this unique game system. I believe they call it the Cubicle 7. I think it's C7D6 is what they call it. I'm pretty sure. Because they're also developing their C7D20 rule set, which will kind of replace their 5th edition content, I believe. They're not going to publish it under like the 5th edition banner. It'll just be the C7D20, which sounds really cool as well.
Those sound like sizes for something. Like a watch battery. I really need a C7D6.
Yeah, it does.
Rite Aid doesn't have them. I need to go somewhere else.
But it flows pretty well, like R2D2. Like,
Yeah.
it has that kind of cadence to it. But yeah, so we'll go around the horn real quick to reintroduce ourselves in case anybody's new or they skipped episode 0 or any of the other content. As of now, you can check out our first foray into Soulbound with this group, where we played the Fateful Night adventure over 3 episodes. Is available on the Patreon for free. You just have to make a Patreon account and then just follow our page there for that. And then if you go way back, we played the starter set adventure, Faltering Light, I believe it's called. I always get that and Fateful Night mixed up because they're pretty similar names. With me and Tim and a couple others on that one. When we first checked out Soulbound and decided that we really liked this system. It's good stuff. So I, of course, am your bad GM, Dan, which just, I can't really say forever GM anymore since I do play on the Lost Omens podcast. But
And the Slithering.
well, yeah, I guess as it's still coming out, but
Yeah.
we finished recording that, so I can't really.
Don't tell people. They don't know that.
We've announced it in a few places.
They don't know you all die. Like,
No.
Oh, no.
Spoilers.
Or do we? Just have to listen to find out.
So that's where you need to add in the dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Right?
Find
We
out
need
next
some
time on-
sound effects like on a little.
I've been
Control
told
pad.
I'm not allowed to play sound effects during podcasts anymore. Because they're too hilarious.
Well, I mean,
And interruptive
come on,
and distracting
The sheep one for
and rude.
the Schaffenfest was
Sheep one.
iconic.
What?
But whenever we said Schaffenfest, there was a
Meh.
DB started it. He would hit the sheep button on Sirenscape, and it would go. Meh.
You know, actually, knowing now from when we set up Stuff's Tim's character, I actually would have to say I don't know if we should let you play sound effects because I feel like you're just having too much fun with
There's a
that.
I
fine line that Tim doesn't always look at, where
I
between too much
I mean,
I
and
think
a
his
he
good
whole
amount.
looks at it
characters-
and he just decides he's gonna cross it.
At times, for sure.
I think about how long it's been since the last time I crossed a line, and I'm like, it's been a couple weeks. It's probably fine.
Dip a toe or
been
two
long
over
enough.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that line's looking okay.
So we might as well introduce Tim. To
I'm
my
Tim.
right.
that's me. I'm to his right. Actually, to his left on the screen.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. In the basement, you're to my right.
That's
It
fair.
can get a little
Do
confusing.
we introduce ourselves like the Brady Bunch here, the way we've got ourselves set up here?
I was gonna say like
I hand an apple down, somehow it comes from above you.
right here. So I'd say introduce yourself, a little bit about your character, like your character's name and their archetype, and just a tiny refresher of things that we talked about in episode 0, making the character. I think I flipped over the physical character sheet and it's completely blank.
Don't ruin the illusion.
Again, you have it all on Foundry.
Right,
You
it's
can
all on
take a look
Foundry. I don't
there.
need a regular thing. I'm going to slowly copy it.
How
over
do we
today.
pull up our stuff on Foundry?
You go
Our
to Foundry.
stats and all that other
Oh,
stuff.
you should just
then
do
you
the
go to-
double click your token there that's on the map.
Okay.
Oh, dope. Really?
Oh, really?
Oh, I have ownership of
Yeah.
this. Look at that.
Hopefully I configured the ownerships right.
My archetype's
cool.
not in here. There's no archetype found.
Wait,
What are you talking about? Oh, do you not remember what your archetype is?
I do, but it wasn't in Foundry. It wasn't
remember.
one of the ones that was in.
Right, because your archetype came from the Champions of Order
Right.
source book.
And some people might say that my archetype is a
Shadow Stalker.
Shadow Stalker.
I wrote it down.
I knew that. I can write it down too.
You can. You have a character sheet there you
I-
could write it on. And
look at
space
this,
that
look at
says
this.
Archetype
Archetype. Well, it was a Shadow
Stalker.
Stalker is what I said, I believe.
So, do you remember what the core stuff of that archetype was that you got?
Yes.
where did I put
The
that?
core archetype stuff, as you can see on screen right now, is like things like Shadow Leap and Backstab, and I can spell cast Gray Magic.
Yeah,
And I'm an elf.
that's true.
You can see that on my character sheet also. Some might say. Whoa!
That happened last time too, and it scared everybody.
Do you want me to turn sound effects off? I forgot about that.
Maybe turn it
What
down
does
a little
that
bit.
mean?
Somebody subscribed. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Who was
yay.
that?
Cider drinker.
Hey,
And cider drinker.
Cider drinker.
Really appreciate it.
Tim has a plan for a character. Suspicious. That's what he said.
If somebody could clip that, all of us being scared at the same time would be amazing. Awesome. Thank you, Tim. Mike, what do you got? Who are you?
So I'm.
Who are you?
Oh, and my name's Doug.
Oh, yeah. I definitely didn't try to skip over
Doug
that.
for Tim there and everything. I'm Mike. I play Soil, the branch whiff Sylvaneth. I wanted that character to be kind of more peppy, but now she's just turned out to be very sad. So, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense because we decided last time that what you're doing is like a personal sacrifice for the betterment of.
I thought it was like, just going on an adventure, I never leave a place and only to find out it's like, yeah, no, you're dead now to everything.
Lose your soul.
Yeah, pretty much.
Trying to be a cool
I'm like,
creeper.
wow, this adventure sounded great at first, and it's like, no, this sucks now.
Too bad.
Kind of feels like that whole, like little kid, I'm running away from home, and then you're like, I don't know where I'm going, I'm scared.
This is a terrible idea. I made a horrible error. So I just realized, Jess gave me a look, because a viewer sent in some gifts to us recently, and they gave me this cool light up magnifying glass for my character on Lost Omens because he's an investigator. And I just realized there's a very useful or like convenient use for this where I can use it to really light up my GM screen and see it much better.
Oh.
Look at that.
Your GM screen's not on Foundry?
Actually, I believe it is. I just have to figure out how to do it.
Is there a way to pull up stuff?
Jess, what do you got? What are you bringing to the table?
I've never
Well,
done it. I don't
I'm
know,
pretty
double
depressing
click
too,
on it.
honestly.
all-
Hi,
it's all being
Red
weird.
Jess, playing Hella Greyfired. I am a Dwarden
let's be
Doom Seeker, and so I am just looking to go out in a blaze of glory. Because of my troubled past, and yeah, we'll
had this all
possibly
updated
learn
and
about that more as we go. Because right now it's secret.
Right. Yeah. So
I
that'd be
have
kind of
no
interesting
idea
to
about
see
myself.
if, depending on who you connect with well in the party, you might reveal that at some point. But yeah, you're trying to die a death in glorious battle against a worthy opponent,
Yes, sir.
which is pretty cool.
Just doing everything against what Soil wants over there.
Supposed to live. Live your life.
And Rachel, help me with your character's name again.
Daria. Remember, it's like Daria, but it's
Like Daria, but not.
But it's not. Well, I guess we could make it Daria. That
Countdown
would be
begin
easier for
on how
everyone.
long it takes for Dan to mess up that name.
I already did.
He already
Should we
earlier
just
today.
already change it?
I was doing some stuff in.
We could just be
Foundry.
D. It's fine.
D.
Darius Swift Hand, because I've got some pretty ruthless cutlasses with me.
Oh, right. Didn't we say you have like an infinite amount of like just weapons just somehow coming out of everywhere? 'Cause,
Yeah. I've got like a crossbow. I've got, these,
Yeah. like,
2 giant blades.
You cut one person, it's
Yeah,
filthy,
I'm
throw it
pretty
away, pick up
ruthless.
another one.
Pretty talented at hunting magical beasts, so I'm feeling pretty confident
All right.
in what we're about to do.
Nice.
She's a pirate.
Yeah, she's
I prefer privateer.
Yes, that one.
Thank you.
Right, and you are also an elf.
super bossy when
Yes.
she gets on a ship. Super bossy.
Oh yeah, we've had that on the network before. Yeah, you're a Black Art Corsair, which is just a super cool name. And looking at the video here on Foundry, a few people did the homework and created character models on Hero Forge, which looks really cool because there's tons of options. Not a sponsor, but I still like shouting them out because we like to use their stuff. And then there's also Tim.
To be fair, I thought about it
And
a
then there's
lot.
also Tim's character.
I thought about it a lot. I was in the car and I was
Dick.
like, you know what? When I go home today, I am definitely going to do that. And I definitely would sit down and then I'd open up
Hearthstone.
Hero Forge and Facebook, and then I would just watch TikToks on my phone for a while.
Well, who doesn't just do that?
Right? So
Like,
it's,
I'm gonna
it's
go to
kind
bed
of.
early tonight. 3 hours later, you're still on your phone.
So I guess what I'm saying is it's not my fault, I guess.
Okay, sure it's not.
We were definitely talking about making you a different Doug character.
Actually that's what reminded me. I sat down here for a meeting earlier and I saw Dan screen. I was like, oh, that's Doug Funny. Oh no, I need to make my thing.
Yeah, Danny suggested that I just change your token every session to a different Doug.
I don't hate
That
that.
would be
Because you're
hilarious.
Doug from Thor Ragnarok, just laying on the floor, already dead. What was the other one?
Doug
you said
from
Doug
Up.
from Up, the
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
There was another one that she said. Now I can't
think of
remember.
some more.
Emu.
Oh, that's
And
what you're
Doug.
saying. And I was like, I think Tim would appreciate the Liberty Mutual one.
I used to work for him, so
All right, but in terms of the game here, last time we'd established a little bit about your characters. We've already spent some time together, about a week sailing to Fort Festermere in the realm of Akshi, the realm of fire. And you've gotten to know each other a bit. We rolled up some connections, which is my favorite things about character creation, to kind of give us some things to kind of build off of role play with, which I really appreciate, so people aren't starting with a completely blank slate. As well as the 10 questions we went through before. And you are here. You've learned that there's a city in the realm of life, Gyron, called Greywater Fastness, that is known for producing machines of war, weapons, ammunition, war machines, even things as big as steam tanks and everything, for the forces of order to wage war against the forces of destruction, death, and chaos, sometimes against other people of order. But there has not been a delivery made from Greywater Fastness in 2 weeks. So your first mission as a Soulbound group together is to go investigate what is happening in Greywater Fastness. Where are these things that all the realms need? So I read this at the end of last episode, but I'll start with this again just to kind of remind us where we are. It says, you're welcome into Fort Festermere and Akshi by the standing guards. Inside, every free space is occupied by carriages filled with goods, cordoned herds of livestock, idle, armed escorts, or huffing and puffing traders. You quickly learn these traders have been forbidden from traveling through the realm gate until the fate of the missing shipments has been confirmed. Looming over all these carriages is a massive iron-walled cog fort, standing adjacent to the fort's realm gate. It has 6 massive spider-like legs covered in black steel armor plating and trimmed around its edges with gold Dwarden runes. Its crew are running about nearby making final preparations. The engines are running, eager to depart. And one thing that's kind of missing from this description is the realm gate itself. Most realm gates look like a big vertical, circle, usually with some kind of archway to it. This one's actually horizontal on the ground, and it looks like just a large pond in the middle of this circular fortress. And as you approach the cog fort, a man walks up to you, a little past middle-aged human person, walks up. His left arm is a big, steam-powered prosthetic. That's just, as he's walking, it's like with a little bit of steam coming out. Graying hair. He is currently on the map next to your characters, and he strides up to you. He's wearing livery. He's clearly a part of the Ironweld arsenal, and he's got some decorations on him marking him out as a captain. And he strides up to you, and he says, "Oh, you must be the reinforcements I heard about."
Are we?
I said there was a group coming from elsewhere, yes? Something about Blessed by Sigmar or some such?
And you are?
Ah, Captain Terzo Hines.
Does that ring a bell with anybody?
I believe someone was in charge of our paperwork, weren't they? Someone has all our documents in order, yeah?
You traveling to we're in Fort Festermere. Traveling to Greywater Fastness, yes?
Absolutely.
Well, you must
Probably.
Be it then.
I thought you were holding on to them.
No one trusts me with responsibility. Don't be silly.
You did say I would really enjoy this voice.
Oh God!
I've been practicing this one.
Oh, it'll only get worse.
Probably multiple ways. But yes, you as you traveled here, you were told that you were going to be meeting up with Captain
Oh, right.
Terzo Hines on this cog fort
Thank you.
as a way to travel to Greywater Fastness, because it's
Okay.
not just on the other side of this realm gate.
We're just skeptical because I feel like every time someone shows up, something bad happens. So
That last, when that whole Hogan's holdouts, just mess with us, Dan. We have trust issues now.
You know,
We have trust issues.
Okay,
right.
fair. Yeah, for a little, we haven't put it out there yet, but we do have a 9-part playthrough of Vossheim's Holdouts, where they learn to not trust anything that I
Some
say.
Games of Thrones type stuff. Nobody knows what's happening.
It was so good.
vampires everywhere.
I really like that adventure. And so we'll be departing within the hour. If you wish to come aboard and make yourselves comfortable, you can, or if you need any last-minute things before we head through.
We do have a first-class suite, yes?
What? I mean, the cog fort is not made for passengers typically, but
Right, but for us, I know it's not made for the rest of them, but we'll be.
we'll be on there for 5 days, so each have a hammock. Yes.
Is there a window seat so I continue to be in the sunlight?
There is an observation deck at the very top. You can stay out there and get all the sunlight you need.
Thank you. Photosynthesis and all.
So I can sequester your hammock then? Have a king-sized hammock?
I don't think they really work that way.
You leave that to me. It'll be like
Sure.
a bunk bed, but hammocks.
If you want
Like a
to
sideways bunk bed.
try to lay in 2 hammocks at once, be my guest.
Oh, trust me, it will be delightful.
All right, Captain, show the way.
Very well. Around the back of the cog fort is the entrance ramp. It takes you right into the engine room. Careful, don't touch anything. It's hot. Head up the ladders to the rest. The gun deck, don't touch anything in there either. Don't want to set off any guns. Above that is the crew deck, where you can find your hammocks. And then above that is the observation deck, where you can enjoy the ride once we get going. Once we do get going and go through the realm gate, I would highly suggest you strap yourselves in. It's an interesting ride to get started.
Refreshments on board?
You can purchase things here and bring them aboard. Again, it's a 5-day trip, so
We have to supply food for ourselves for 5 days?
I have some rations, but
Rations.
yes.
Okay, we should
You are aware this
probably-
is a military venture, right?
Does the military not have captains, special guests, the USO?
You're speaking to one, yes.
Right, and I assume that we'll be staying in similar quarters as yourself. You're also staying in hammocks?
I have a hammock, yes.
Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that as an answer. I thought maybe you would have a finer-
Traditional beds don't work well on the cog fort, as it does have a bit of a rock to it.
I just use water beds, silly. It's kind of auto-regulates
Seems
for
like
you.
that would add an excessive amount of weight.
Yes, obviously, but at the
Water
expense
is
of
used
comfort.
for a lot of the steam engines.
Fine, let's get food and supplies.
Very good. I'll see you on deck. We'll be departing less than an hour now.
Ugh.
Are you going to be like this the entire trip?
I'm subduing it, dear. It will only get better.
Wait, it was going to get worse before. Now it's going to get better?
Oh, it'll get worse for you, Dan.
Fantastic.
Discount Count Chocula over here.
I do like a good bargain. So what type of shops and things do they have?
I mean, right now, like, things are kind of piling up that are supposed to be delivered other places because they're not letting people through the Realm Gate 2 Gyrin at the moment. So pretty much whatever you might want, depending on how many drops you got currently. Hopefully that was recorded somewhere.
Yes, I'll just make those numbers up, right? We can use credit.
Let's see. Let's look under your gear. You currently have 85 drops of
Oh.
Aqua Gyranus, which is healing potions and also money, which I actually really like.
What does that kind of equate to as far as... Like, what would a bunch of TV dinners cost?
You gonna ask me how much things cost right away?
Yes.
I don't know.
You just said go buy supplies. Are we expected to eat our cloaks?
How about okay, food and lodging? So let's see. What kind? So those are services. Travel. You don't have to pay for travel, so that's kind of nice. Of course, the first thing listed under food and travel is ale, different kinds of ale you can
We need
purchase.
some ale.
Yes.
All right, so to give you an idea, a high-end meal is 40 drops. A meal at an inn would be 15 drops.
15. How are we supposed to eat for 5 days on 85 aqua guaranas?
So that's if you're buying it in a
What hap-
restaurant at an inn, right? You can buy a bunch of other stuff and make your own sandwiches for a quarter of the
We're
price you
going
can buy a
grocery
sandwich.
shopping.
Yes.
What?
So like a loaf of bread is 2 drops. A hunk
Oh.
of cheese is 5 drops. You want to get soup?
No.
5 drops. 3 drops.
Soup is peasant food. Cheese sandwiches, though.
I thought you had like 100. What happened to 25 of it?
I took an Uber here.
There is the ubiquitous Bugman's Septuple X, which is 6 drops a pint, because it's real good Dwarden ale.
I'm sorry. I just have to go back. So you wanted to complain about getting food, but you wasted 25 drops on getting a.
Well, and I tipped well. I don't want them to think I'm poor.
But you're angry about spending 5 drops for soup.
I just assumed meals would be provided. It's a vessel. What is everyone else eating? Every other military man on there is expected to bring their own tasty cakes and things on. They're not being served in a mess hall or something.
Pretty sure I saw a shipment just being put in there of just rations, as the captain said.
So those rations are, in fact, available for.
No, I believe that's for them.
Oh yeah, the captain already went back to the cockpit. You guys said you were gonna go do your own thing.
So disrespectful.
If anybody does want to buy just regular rations, I will say you can for 5 days you could purchase that for probably 10 drops.
Okay. I'll take 5 days rations.
Because I don't know if any of the archetypes start.
And
with
I'll pay
anything
extra
like
for the ale.
that. Get some Bugmans. Oh, there is a specific Fire Slayer's drink called Mag Malt. That's 8 drops for a pint. I bet it's spicy.
Magma.
Sure.
Hella, last time we
That's
did this, you
expensive.
didn't do well.
Can you buy like a growler instead of
Remember
a pint?
the alley.
I know.
Remember the alley.
I know.
Maybe not as much this time.
You can buy spirits or wine by the bottle.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, how much is that?
A bottle of wine is 18 drops, and a
What?
bottle of spirits is 55.
What?
They're
Living
kind of
a rich
expensive.
life over here.
Can we steal this?
Pirate or
try.
privateer?
Actually, that's
Yeah,
a great
let's see.
idea.
Why not?
Cord in chat.
All
by
right,
the way,
I'm gonna
says-
try, and I'm gonna buy my rations, but I'm gonna try and steal a bottle of spirits.
Cord said that's.
Is that like some type of like stealth? Like, do I have to do a test for that, or can I
Let's
just
see.
take it?
that fireman stuff is basically.
Are you, like,
mead
trying to take
mixed
it, like,
with
right
Fireball
now?
whiskey.
We're here.
In front of everybody.
Mead and
Well, like
Fireball.
obviously, I'd have to, scoot around the back. Actually, you guys distract him while he's getting stuff for you, and you like try to haggle him with the price, and I'll go around back and.
How about you go up and buy stuff, right? I'll steal all the spirits we need, and they won't even know I was ever there. I guarantee you won't even know I was ever there.
Can I just go on to the ship now? I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
la-di-da,
gonna-
walk
he can
away
eat
before
sunlight.
they
Good
We
for him.
got, we got
Well,
rations.
you're
that
gonna
we
need
can share.
water.
I'm good with the rations.
Oh, you already bought yours?
I assumed that we all said in advance that we
Oh,
did.
so then did you already take them out of our?
I have not changed anybody's drops at the
Oh,
moment.
okay.
Whoa, soil! I didn't realize you were rolling in it.
Well, it doesn't need to eat. It barely smiles.
Do you
Wow.
need to eat?
That's kind of harsh.
Well,
Wow.
Should we get any like
And
other
I was
supplies?
going to offer a loan for you, but forget it.
oh, well,
Like, should we get any
I
like?
want my hammock back now too.
nuts. But yeah, I'll go in and rank up a tab with some spirits and wine and.
Oh, they're definitely not
cheese.
going to set up a tab.
No. I'm definitely going to pay for it. But
He's good for it.
Okay.
2 bottles of spirits, 2 bottles of wine, 3 loaves of bread, some cheese, some meat, and a whole bunch of rations.
Am I not going to bother adding this up because you're going to attempt to steal it right now?
Correct.
Is that the idea?
And then I'm going to cast the spell Mind Slip.
Oh,
Yes.
what?
So I load this all up, and I'm going to try to cast Mind Slip, and they will forget I ever interacted with them or was even there.
You
Okay.
hope.
I'm looking at the wrong character.
Yes, I'd have to
Have
pass a
spells.
test.
Or mind slip and like you say like, oh, I've already paid. In fact, where's my change?
Oh no, it's not to lie to
This
people.
is-
It's just for them to forget
This
you were
is
ever
already
there.
this is already turning into that we're going to get caught in one of theirs or both of
I
theirs
think
shenanigans.
We're fine.
I assure you, I never get caught.
Okay, so
Do you not
why
have
we became
wanted
Soulbound.
posters? Do you not have wanted posters?
I forget. Not here. I haven't
this
seen
is-
any.
this is perfect for the use of this spell because choose a creature within short range. Target has no memories of your presence or actions you've taken in the last minute.
Perfect.
Yes.
Now. Oh, Peter, that was so perfect. That was amazing. Peter, you get a fortune point. So, along with
Can
the mind
we get
slip,
fortune points?
they're not actually in this game, but
Aw.
I think you would know what I'm referencing. So,
don't.
if you pass this
Sounded
spell
cool.
successfully, which is not easy, it's a 6-1. So, what is your spell casting?
4, I believe. I have a mind of 3 and channeling.
Oh, I like that.
1
I like
training.
this. I like
Okay.
this idea. I like this idea. If he gets a failure, Doug forgets what he was doing.
I like that.
You also have a focus in channeling,
Oh, even better.
which is a big deal.
I didn't mark that. Okay, roll 1 5 and I'm fine.
Yeah.
Right?
1, 5, or 6, and you're good. If you pass this, I'm gonna have you make a stealth test as well to make sure no one else in the area notices that you're stealing.
Oh, it's only against one target.
Mind slip is against one target, just in case someone else is like, "That guy just steal all that stuff."
Right?
Inconvenient. Okay.
Inconvenient.
Well, here we go.
Oh God.
Oops. Okay, so.
All right, so this
hold on.
brings us into another mechanic potentially. You do have 4
With the
soul
light.
fire,
Oh,
Oh my
we?
god.
which would be amazing if we have to use it on the first roll to steal food, while you all have plenty of money.
it's not plenty. A bottle of spirits is 55
I only have like
aquagrananas.
40.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, maybe I won't say how much soul you'll have.
So what does
I think-
soul
How
fire
much
do
do you
exactly?
All right, so to use
I have
soul
310.
fire.
310?
Yeah.
What? Soil's, I said soil's rolling, and it's so
I
much
have-
money.
I have more. I added mine because I had a special thing to get more.
Forgot some.
Wait. What do you mean?
I have written down in my notes spoils of victory.
Rinkra says I knew Tim would fail his first roll.
How many do you have?
Of course he did.
Well, if I can add on, it says I can begin with any 1 exotic item or 500 aquagrananas.
Oh yeah.
And I already had 110.
So that was your bonus for being from the Greyfired
Oh,
Lodge.
right.
It was something like that.
I
Yeah.
believe.
Okay.
Great, so there's 2 people
So
that can
again,
afford bail already.
so-
That's
Right.
actually pretty
So again,
ideal.
I ask the question: what is your problems here? Where'd all your money go?
I don't
And yet
know.
the two of us are like, we're cool with what's on this
It's
big
because the
spider
elves
thing.
start
Neither
with a
even
bunch
like
of
wear
cool stuff.
clothes. and things.
You
Yeah.
two just got a bunch of money.
Maybe if you didn't spend it all on constantly changing up all these weapons of yours. I'm just saying.
I think a lot of it is like the armor and cloaks.
I
and
constantly
stuff.
need to slay the beasts. So.
What beasts have we slain?
Oh,
Okay.
plenty. You just wait.
The beast of consumerism, if we get out of this.
Again, says the guy who spent 25 on just an Uber to get here.
Once again, I'm not riding with everybody else.
All right. So using Soulfire, you've got a couple different options. So you can spend 1 before making a test. I'll go over it anyway in case it comes up in the future.
Yes.
To give yourself the maximum successes possible, count each die in the pool as rolling a 6. You
There's
can
no-
re-roll dice. You can spend 1 Soulfire after rolling to re-roll as many dice as you'd like. You can spend it to regain a medal, which only works in combat. As an action, you can spend 1 Soulfire to recover all of your toughness, or cheat death. You can use it like a fate point to not die.
I consider this as serious as that last one.
Is
Now,
the Soulfire for all of us?
so that's the next part.
We'll have
is
to
that
agree.
if it's not unanimous, if the whole group doesn't agree to use the Soulfire on that test, you can still say whatever, I'm going to do it anyway. But there is a penalty. I believe Doom increases. I have to double check that.
Doug,
Dude, no.
Doug,
Can we
Right now,
share
Doom
it.
is at 1.
I can't remember.
No,
Can we
Doug.
get Soulfire back once we spend it?
There are ways to regain Soulfire, yeah.
I mean, I'll share.
Achievable ways?
Think about I'll share
Doug,
it.
don't do this.
This is hundreds of Garanas worth
Don't
of
do
stuff.
this, Doug.
But
I
just
will double check all
just
that.
a little bit.
No.
Will you? Pick
How
the
much
tab?
is all the stuff
No.
that he just tried to steal?
I didn't add it up because he said a whole bunch, and I thought he would actually pass the test and make it so I didn't have
The
to.
chat
So
certainly
it's-
didn't. They're making that
It's
very
probably like I don't know, like 200.
clear.
All right, keeping the sounds on has been pretty
That's
sweet.
unanimous to me.
All right, so if you
I cast no.
so
No.
if they don't agree, you can still spend it. Soulfire goes down by 1. Doom increases by 1
Don't
on
do
the
this.
first roll of the
Don't,
game.
don't do this, Doug.
There's no way I,
I mean,
can.
the show is called How Doom Died.
Right, and we can figure that out very quickly.
Okay, so to recover Soulfire, you achieve a short-term party goal. You achieve a long-term party goal. You recover all Soulfire. A short-term
Have
gives
a
you
party
1.
goal?
I was gonna say,
I think
we
our
have a
short-term
goal?
party goal is to get a bunch of booze and food for the ride, right?
I think we're fine.
Let's see. If you take the recuperate
should
endeavor,
create a
which means
goal.
you spend like a week
So we
on
can
downtime.
recover it.
Bond endeavor. If you make
did
it
you
last
not join
stand.
us with a goal and plan?
No, it's at a party goal though. Like, do we have like a group goal?
I thought it was just, accomplish things, do our duty.
So I don't
Find
think we ever
missing
totally.
shipments of things.
Is there a
decided
way
that.
I can use a personal resource of some extent to get a reroll or to add an additional one or something like that?
Typically, you can use metal for that, but I feel like metal is only for combat. Let me double check because I think you gain metal like at the start of your turn in combat.
Jesus Christ. God, we need to get you all right. I already just feel like we just need to get you this tall glass.
I'm trying to steal it. Yes, exactly. Right
I
now.
need a brandy snifter.
Yeah, it's for in combat.
There's going to be a combat if I get caught.
So like I said, you can still use the Soulbound to re-roll all the dice,
No.
but I will reduce the Soulbound by 1 and also increase the Doom, which you can keep track of right off Audrey. It's super.
Now we can also spend an endeavor to recover it, right?
Yes.
Which is what, maybe 5 days by train. We can do that.
I think it's like a week. Yeah.
Which is about 5 days.
maybe
Days are shorter here, right? So that's why it's like 5 days for a week.
maybe you could just apologize.
Yeah, I'm very persuasive. Maybe I can just talk him out of.
Yes. Oh, we're soulbound. We're here to save whatever this is.
All right. So at this point, you tried to cast the spell. It didn't work. You haven't stolen the stuff yet. Well, you're still at the counter with what was it? A bottle of spirits, a bottle.
2 bottles of spirits, 3 bottles
55
of wine,
cheeseburgers, 55 shakes.
several loaves of bread and cheese and meat.
Math.
We said to make
We like the
sandwiches.
charcuterie board.
Yes. Maybe with an apricot jam.
That sounds really good, actually. So remember when I said I had
make that-
a
have
point
that
where I
as
thought we'd
snacks
get to today?
Next time, a charcuterie.
I definitely thought
Was it just the
leaving.
store?
I definitely thought leaving the fort would take 5 minutes.
We can't even get past the checkout lane. God damn.
Oh my
So, can I make a stealth check to try to pocket some of these bottles and stuff while he's not looking? Because there's a lot here, right?
World's
So I can be
burning.
like,
People are dying somewhere.
God.
We're all-
Adventures in
the
grocery
square.
shopping.
We're over here at the express checkout arguing prices.
Maybe I can bargain with him and try
Yeah.
to get it for half the price.
And while she's bargaining, I'll slip a couple in
Okay,
my clip.
so
After he tried to steal it.
I
he
didn't
hasn't
try
tried
to
to
steal it
yet.
yet.
He tried to
Yeah.
cast a spell unsuccessfully, which I just love that. Just like Gapapa, your first roll's a failure. You had to roll 1, 5, or 6.
At least I'm not getting hit with a coach this
least-
time.
That's true.
At least, hello, we're not a part of this. We're off somewhere else,
Yeah.
technically.
Okay, so
We've walked away from
Yes.
this.
Not
so
a part of this.
Daria can attempt, I believe.
the silver, I've
Guile.
got silver tongue.
Ooh, what is that?
So
You got a
I
talent for
have
this?
advantage on opposed tests when when attempting to persuade, deceive, or seduce others.
Okay, so I do believe. I think that falls under guile typically. Unless you see another skill that you think is more appropriate.
No, probably guile.
You do have a training and focus in guile
Yeah.
as well, which makes you pretty good at that. So while okay, so I'm gonna do. So you have an advantage on this, you said,
Yep.
right? Let me. I don't remember what advantage does. Why can't I remember? I'm getting my games mixed up. I remember what it does in Imperium Maledictum. All right, so if a character has an advantage, reduce the difficulty for the test is reduced by 1. No, that's on an opposed test. Is it the same thing again on a regular test? Well, I guess that just It happens on an opposed test.
Oh.
Okay, so
But that's okay because I still have.
yes, you
talent
need
and
to
a
roll
focus.
3s, and I need to roll 4s. I'm gonna give. So this is basically a haggle test. I'm gonna give my shopkeeper
How many dice am I rolling?
4 dice in that. You have 3 for guile, but
Right.
you have
talent, so I
1
get an-
focus
or get-
as well.
Okay. So I need 3s.
So you have to roll more 3s than I roll 4s, basically.
3s and above or 3s?
3 and above.
Oh, so I got all 4 of them.
So your crazy good rolling continues. I got none. So you're trying to.
I'm trying to haggle with them. Trying to get the man to give it to us on credit.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. I mean, I got 0 successes and you got all of them. So he's like, normally I don't allow that, but seeing as you're soulbound and all. So while you're doing that, I'm going to have Doug do his stealth roll to see how much he can steal.
Oh, if it's all going on credit, I'm fine. That's great.
Well, I assume that you're doing this as she's
Oh,
talking.
yes, that too.
So because she passed so well, I'm going to give you advantage on this as well. So you need 3s for stealth.
Oh,
And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say this person has 4 for awareness.
3.
All right, I had 1 success. So you're able to, you had 3? So let's say you're able to pocket 3 things as she's talking.
Nice.
And then you realize that the guy said you could have them all for free anyway. Or not for free, but on credit.
No,
credit.
it means the same thing.
So, like, as he's looking at a thing to, like, write down how much, he looks down, you pocket a bottle. He writes, he looks up to double check the stuff. He looks down to write, you pocket another bottle. So we'll say that you owe for, I assume you pocket the 2 bottles of spirits and a bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
So there was still a bottle of wine. I believe I said that was
13.
18.
16? 18.
18, I think.
Free?
Free 99.
Okay, so a bottle of wine is 18. And then you said a loaf of bread?
3 loaves of bread.
3 loaves
2
of
hunks
bread.
of cheese and some meat.
So that'd be 6 for the bread. 2 hunks of cheese would be 10.
You can't
What
eat
was
too
the last
much
one?
cheese. Meat. 3 meats.
We'll just say that costs the same as cheese.
Okay.
So 15. So he writes it down under Daria's name for let's see, 25 plus 6 is 31 plus 18 is
49.
40. You owe him 49 drops.
This is gonna come back to us, isn't it? You're paying too much attention to this.
Again, you and I are not here, so it's just like, I've got a bad feeling.
That was incredibly impressive. People don't give me credit anywhere anymore.
It says 49 drops, but I'm sure he would take something else in lieu of payment.
How much did you 2 just steal?
What? She got it on loan.
Okay. I have
They give her
doubts.
like a dry cleaning tag and everything. She has to bring it back, and it's all taken care of.
You have to
Give a little
bring,
ticket.
you have to bring back the bottles of liquor you just got.
Oh yeah, to get the deposit back because they're glass. I understand. You're all about recycling. Understood.
And like as soon as you leave and walk away, if you turn around, you see he already put up a sign that says like "Soulbound shop here."
My God. Just shaking my head far away. Children.
All right. Do you want to do anything else here? Or are we getting on the cog for it?
What other stores are here? What are their names?
Oh,
What
they
do
all
they
just
do?
closed. It's too late.
Oh, nuts. Haberdash.
Next roll,
There-
next
no,
roll
there's
for
no
Doug.
haberdashery.
How do I
Oh,
break into these places?
No, I'm.
Well, at least you have plenty of food. Anybody write down what you bought?
No.
55 burgers,
Herding
55
cats.
shakes. It was
So,
3 loaves of bread,
Some Krabby Patties, some Scooby Snacks.
3 bread,
Krusty Krab pizza.
or I'm sorry, 3 bread, 2 cheese, 3 meat, 2 spirits,
Whatever the meat is, yeah.
and 3 bottles of wine.
Rock haunch.
Perfect.
Hopefully it keeps.
Okay, so
It's only 5 days.
you now board the cog fort, the harbinger of trouble, and as you get inside, you see the whole place is like, the whole thing is like jittering, vibrating from these engines pumping, and like it might seem a little weird at first, but you figure maybe kind of like if you spend a long time in the kitchen, you get nose blind to the smells. You're like, maybe I won't notice this jittering after a couple days or something. And like you said, the engine room is very hot. There's a little bit of steam escaping some places. Clearly, if you touched any of these pipes, which are all exposed, it would probably not feel great. You see the ladder very quickly to ascend up to the crew deck, which is pretty similar. It's a smaller room though, because people tell you quickly that beyond this wall is the gun chamber, because you probably noticed the giant cannon on the front of the fort, and then you could ascend up another level to the observation deck. But as you're doing this, making your way up, you hear like a boop boop, like a whistle goes off. And like there's like intercom things, and you hear the captain say, "Stepping off in 2 minutes.
I was
Get
so
restrained."
I was so hoping you were gonna go full on like air cockpit pilot and everything. I'm sure your captain's speaking.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, you
We're
see
looking
little like trumpet flare pipes where his voice is coming from.
All right, everybody, let's figure out where to strap in.
So you can find your hammocks. Other people here. So there's a smattering of Dwarden and human people working in here, all wearing similar livery to what the captain had. His was like a brighter blue. Theirs is a bit more muted. And they kind of point out like those 4 spots are for you. And you just like straps from the wall. You can strap yourself in. You see a couple people like sit in the hammock and strap themselves in at the same time. Other people just stand up against the wall. Seems to be kind of like personal preference there.
I'm going to walk up to my hammock, and then I'm going to have Skitter just go into the hammock.
Just the hammock.
Just Skitter going into the hammock. I'll be fine standing.
Oh,
Right,
you're
you've got like the
grub-
giant
the bug,
Oh,
yeah.
centipede.
that's right. I was like,
thing.
wait a minute, what kind of animal? I'm thinking a squirrel.
What is
that
it
thing was
again?
terrifying.
It's the bitter grub.
Terrifying.
Bitter grub.
Is what it was.
Like
Centipede
giant
snake thing.
bug. Yeah.
It's like a
forgot
sea
that's what it's
monster
called.
is what it is. It has a beak.
It is really cool looking and kind of scary. Yeah. So that
It's
thing
just been
kinda
like
wraps
wrapped around my
itself up,
waist right now, so I'm just like,
Oh, I thought that it was a belt.
Skitterbug.
like belt from the Crudes. That's what it was.
I never saw it.
They're actually
It was a
decent.
cute one.
he had
Okay.
to pay. He didn't want to go to it because he had to pay money to get in.
So
Because I had
Yes.
to pay. I would have been taken to it fine.
you strap in and you hear like the engines like really like get going, and it gets pretty loud in here. People are trying to talk to each other, but they have to start yelling to be heard over the engines and the shake of the whole thing. And you feel you can basically feel the legs start to move and like as it starts walking forward, and then suddenly everything feels like it turns upside down.
No thanks.
As you can imagine the cog fort stepping forward into the pond. So you feel like, oh, like you're on a roller coaster that's going off that first drop, and learn very quickly why you need to strap in as everything is pitched forward and the cog fort steps down into the realm gate. I lost the word for a second. It says the harbinger of trouble jolts forward, going full steam ahead on its 6 mechanical spider legs, treads straight across the realm gate perimeter, and begins to submerge into the nebula-painted portal. Feels like the cog fort is falling, and anything that isn't strapped down is pulled upwards. So your bitter grub probably makes a little noise as it like flings up in the hammock. I'm not sure what kind of noise does. It make a noise?
I mean, I'm assuming that thing probably makes a lot of noise.
Like what?
Screeching. Death.
Just trying to get Mike to make a silly noise.
I got nothing for you right now.
Oh.
Sorry.
You can think about it. Is that the bitter grub or Daria?
Oh.
It says microscopic stars and colorful dust clouds appear to pass right through the hull and upwards with the motion. Soon you feel the ship beginning to tilt under a strange gravitational force. The whole cogfort flips over and immediately feels like the vehicle is rising towards the surface. The stars from inside the realm gate disappear, and the cogfort's legs catch ground, lurching forward once more. Anyone near a viewport sees the change instantly, which you would have a few around, like little portholes. The black skies and dry heat of Akshi are long gone, replaced with vibrant green skies, and you might smell the briny breeze of a coastal wind. The harbinger of trouble has arrived in Gyron, the realm of life. Now, with all this topsy-turvy nonsense, even being strapped in, everybody needs to make a 4-1 body fortitude test as you traverse realms from one realm of reality to another.
Now,
Body
what?
fortitude, so you just need to make at least 1 4-up.
4
and,
dice.
all right, so I have
Wait, how many? We roll 4 and we have to.
So you need to, so your roll needs to include at least 1 4 or higher. So let's see, Hella.
And
So if you look at your
I was going to
stats,
say I am.
if you look at fortitude, yours is pretty good as a dwarden. You have 5 dice in that because your body is 4 and you have 1 training
Gotcha.
in fortitude. And you can roll physical dice, which I know a lot of people like to do, or you can click on
need
it and
1
roll
4.
it in Foundry, at least.
I got a
Oh.
4.
okay, so I have a body of 2s, nothing in fortitude.
So you get 2 whole dice here.
2 whole dice, and I got to get at least 1 4.
Yep.
I'm good. I
How
got
about-
10.
Yeah, how about double 5s?
Yeah.
I have 2 successes also.
I told
right.
you, I'm fine standing.
How'd you do, Doug?
Oh, I have 2 successes.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
wait.
That's a little disappointing.
Can I make a roll for Skitter to see if he goes flying somewhere?
Oh no, Skitter.
Skitter.
Oh, because you didn't strap him in?
Well, I put him in the hammock, but what if he
Actually, if it's going back and forth, it probably wraps up kind of like a cocoon or like a wonton.
maybe?
Let's have, do you have stats for the bitter grub?
I do actually. Yes.
Let's have the bitter grub make a
He has one body.
Grub.
He has one body.
reflexes test.
Oh yeah.
Does the bitter grub have any focus or anything or training in reflexes? It might.
One body, one mind, 2 souls, snapping mandibles.
It has 2 souls?
Again, looking at the wrong.
It has
character.
2 soul.
Oh.
It has itself and whatever it ate just recently.
Oh. Is that actually what it says, or did you just make that up?
Just made that up.
Pretty dark.
It is a creature. It needs to eat.
Okay, yeah. So it's just it's 1 die here.
Yeah.
One
Here we go.
All right, so I'm gonna
All I
give it
need
the
is
same
1
thing. At least
die.
1 4-up.
Okay, come on, roll. 2.
Oh, dear.
Oh no.
So the hammock's like swinging around, and the bitter grub does kind of like smack against the wall at one point, and it's just like. Meh.
Poor Skitter.
But basically, it just doesn't have a good time, and when things settle and you kind of unwind that hammock, it is a little wet.
Wet?
So you'll probably know what
Well,
did it.
I guess you could say it's been soiled.
Right? Yeah.
I'm just gonna take Skitter back and just put it right around my waist again.
Poor Skitter.
And you're like, oh, sorry, Doug, you made a mess of your hammock.
In my hammock. I'm in my hammock.
Doug, because of your insensitive comment about a Savannah, I would request your hammock now.
And then the cock fort again slows back down to where you can tell that it stopped moving. And then over the loudspeaker again, Captain Hine here. I'm going to take a moment to speak with the Lord Ordinator about what we're doing here. And we'll be getting back onto the one road swiftly.
The Lord Ordinator. Is that who we talked to before?
No, it was
Or is
the
there royalty here?
It was the captain.
Oh.
You would recognize the title Lord Ordinator as a Stormcast Eternal
Oh.
name. You might not know exactly what they are, but Stormcast are kind of known everywhere.
Can I make a check to see if I know?
Sure.
What do you want me to roll?
Do you have
Stealth?
lore?
Oh, no. I'm not a nerd.
Trying to think of what other than well, you have 3.
Aren't you the only one in the group
Fine.
who's actually gone to school?
Unstayed, probably.
So
I
do
don't
a
have school.
4-2 lore
Frat boy.
test.
Remember, he went
Huh?
to school. But he didn't
4-2.
Oh,
really
right.
go to
Drop
school.
out. Drop out.
4
yeah.
to religion. So if I open my character, right? How would I do this? Lead me through it. Stats.
To actually roll it. So click on lore,
Lore.
and then you can set the DN to 4-2.
4-2.
That makes it an average difficulty test at this many dice.
And I'll just go ahead and say double your training.
No.
And double your focus.
No, you cheater. And then you just click roll, and we'll see what Foundry says. Oh, we didn't hear it go tingle, dingle, dingle.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, I believe I have the desktop. set
Oh, you failed
off.
again. That's so crazy.
Oh, whoa! Look at that.
You're the 4, 3, and a 1. So you got halfway there. So, like, you've heard the name Lord Ordinator before, but you know it's a Stormcast, but you don't know, like, what their job is.
Gotcha. I think they're like caravan guards or something.
Can I look out the window?
Sure.
What do we see?
So you see, it looks very similar to where you just left. It's the same size circular fortress once again that you're in near the middle of. You see that pool like in the middle again, except like I said, the sky is green, and you can see like birds flying in the air, whereas actually is a very dark sky all the time, and it's very arid. But here, the walls of the fortress, you see vines crawling over everything, and like around the pool is like flowers and shrubs and things.
Soil, is this where you're from?
Yes. It's a very lovely place to be.
You feel very at home in the realm of Gyron.
And also sad.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I mean, you said he's going to talk to this person for a moment. You can stay in the cog fort. You see everybody else unclips like as soon as the cog fort settles.
I'm gonna try and eavesdrop on their conversation.
Sure. So they're standing not far from the entrance at the back of the cog fort, and you see Captain Hines talking to a golden-clad. Double check the. Yeah, I think it's just gold. What's the word? Stormcast Eternal. So like 8-foot tall warrior in gold and blue armor that covers their entire body, except this one's not wearing a helmet, and they have like a cape coming out from their shoulder pads, and they have like this big staff. If you listen in, it's kind of boring. You hear that they're just discussing, like, has anything changed? No, there hasn't been a shipment from Greywater Fastness in over 2 weeks. There have been some people from Heldenhammer's Triumph to the west that have come here, that have gone through the gate to Akshi, but nothing from Greywater Fastness, which is a problem because they provide a lot of war goods. And Hines says, "How's the You hear him say something like, "How's the status of the one road?" And the Ordinator says, "No change there." Sylvaneth activity, of course.
You said that there's like a opened air deck on this.
Mhm.
Can I go on top of that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can just climb another ladder. There are multiple ladders on each level to traverse. There's not like one ladder on each level, so people are kind of milling about. You see a couple of the people up top. These...
So the upstairs is actually like safe. There's like a railing to.
Yes,
like,
of course.
Oh, nice.
It's not Star Wars. There's a railing.
Oh, I didn't know if it was just like the top of a giant crab walker, or if there was actually like maybe a bar or something up there,
There's not a bar,
or
no.
like a snack stand.
Didn't you just buy a bunch of things?
No.
Didn't
He
you
didn't,
just,
actually.
Didn't you just quote unquote get loaned a bunch of things?
Wire.
I mean, no, I did not.
So you see those...
Borrowed it though.
Borrowed. Oh, I'm sorry. Borrowed.
Borrowed against, yes.
The crew of the cog fort here are armed as well. They're also wearing a little bit of armor because, a 5-day travel through anywhere in the mortal realms is going to be dangerous. They're all armed with a cog axe, which just sounds cool, and a gun.
Well, while we're on top of the spider ship here, is there anything that Is there anything that I can roll to see if there's anything that's kind of just weird for me since I'm seeing everything and I've been from here? Is there anything that maybe catches my attention as being off?
Make a... Let me I gotta get used to these skills. Probably awareness, because I don't think perception's its own thing. So make an awareness test here. You got 4 dice for that.
Any particular role in mind?
You got, what'd I say, 4 dice?
Yeah, I got 4 dice.
We'll
here.
make it average, so 5-2.
It's 5, 4, 3, and 2.
1.
Missing that one.
Okay, so I mean, looking around, like I said, the green skies, you feel like that green light feels nice, especially being in Akshi. The air is much more humid than it was in Akshi. You can feel that moisture around you, not like overpowering to the more human-like people in the party. And again, those vines growing everywhere. But it all seems normal. You've been here. You've been in Gyron before, so
Right.
nothing seems like crazy out of place.
So if nothing's I'm just going to just kind of like sit there and just sit in the sun.
Your home sun. So as Daria is eavesdropping, it doesn't seem anything more than what you heard. He's just checking in on the status of things, make sure there hasn't been a change since he's been here last, since he got his orders. And the Lord Ordinator is just kind of confirming all of that. And then he like spins on his heel and marches back to the cog fort, and he kind of like gives the signal to like, let's get going, everybody.
Strap back in.
Yep. Strap in.
And then the engines start up again. The thing starts shaking more, and then it starts walking out as they open up big doors, gates for the fort, and you head out on what is known as the One Road. So you know that this trip should take 5 days, roughly. Luckily, the cog fort is big enough, and there's enough crew that it just continues on day and night. So there are some people that have, like, some people lay down in hammocks to get some rest that might be on for the night, just to make sure that it's going in the proper straight line. And it starts heading south. And almost immediately you leave the fortress and you enter the jungle of Gyron. So there's heavy foliage, lots of big trees that reach up even higher than the cog fort, and it's just full of life. You hear all kinds of things, birds, insects, other sounds. I think on the image of the cog fort here, there's even some deer-like creatures down near the bottom. All kinds of cool stuff. And it starts chugging along. So is there anything anybody wants to do this day?
So we're just cruising right along, right?
Yeah, he's just, let's get out of here. We gotta go. Like, he's on a mission now, right? Like, this is.
And while the crawlers, I keep forgetting the name of this damn thing.
Cog fort.
Cog fort. While the cog fort's moving and everything, are we just strapped in, or are we moving about?
No, he just suggested strap in for going through the realm
Oh.
gate. Like, while
Okay,
it's
I
going,
was just like, okay, so
like you
strapped in.
can get in the hammock, and the whole point is it'll sway with the cog fort. So there might be a little bit of seasickness, but everybody passed the test before for changing realms. So I'm not gonna have you test for like cog fort sickness.
Everybody but poor Skitter.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of out of their control because they were just in the hammock that was going everywhere. But yeah, it's after a moment, maybe 5-10 minutes, you kind of get used to the movement because it's very rhythmic. The 6 legs all move. It's not like they're going randomly. It's not like the waves on a ship that aren't super predictable.
So we feel it moving, but it's not like.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long for you to learn how to sway with it as the legs.
I'm just gonna, unless something really drastically happens, I'm just gonna have Soil just kind of chilling at the top deck, just out in the open air.
Okay.
Maybe just like sitting there having Skitter in the hand, just kind of like petting it.
Still throwing up.
I wouldn't say throwing up, but
Nah, Skitter has calmed down from their time in the hammock.
I wouldn't mind asking the captain or somebody if they experience any particular types of turbulence along the one road.
Oh, you can talk. You can talk with the captain. There's not much to do while it's just chugging along.
Yeah.
He does take his turn at the helm and everything. And there are a number of people are like on duty as well. Some people are up top. You learn that the weapons they have are called grudge rakers, which are kind of like a blunderbuss, but they have like multiple barrels next to each other, fanned out, which is super cool. And there's a few people up there just kind of watching on guard. There's a few people on each level looking out portholes and whatnot. And they do have like a periscope at the middle level that can see a little bit further out. But for turbulence?
Yeah, as far as, natives or ruffians, things like that.
Oh, yes. There's always a chance of that. In terms of like the road itself, luckily we're on the one road between here and Greywater Fastness is all we could negotiate to have. So there's literally one road between here and there.
Right, so I'd have to imagine that everyone knows there's only one road, right? So
Yes.
there's brigands and stuff like that, very regular, seldom. or-
So in terms like human brigands, not really. No. Luckily, they would have a really hard time surviving out here.
yeah.
The Sylvaneth are not a fan of us, especially Ironweld. Especially something that's big mechanical. To them, it's a monstrosity, right? We're producing some pollutants and things as we go. It's to me, it's just for the greater good kind of thing.
right.
To fight chaos and whatnot, you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet.
That's
And
true.
he kind of like punches you in the shoulder with his robot
That
arm.
is aggressive. Please, I'll bruise.
But yeah,
such a dainty boy.
let's see. Here we've come across Bulgor stampedes. That can be a real problem.
What's a bulgur?
A Bulgor?
Yes.
You haven't come across a Bulgor?
No.
He's very sheltered.
Apparently, yeah. I hear some
I just don't like reading if there's not pictures.
some realms call them minotaurs. But I don't know what that
Oh,
means.
Yes,
but
it's like
a
a
bull.
smaller tour.
No, well,
I've
I
been
mean they're
practicing
big.
My languages.
They're rather large,
Oh well, it's,
and they tend to run in
ill-named.
herds. But yeah, think like a bull. You know what a bull is, right?
Yes.
Like a cow, but
yeah.
but like they stand up like a man, and sometimes they have weapons. They're real strong.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but sometimes we come
You can
across
get those out
herds of
here
them.
though. And they like what? Ram the feet or
Usually they leave the cog fort alone because they just want to eat people.
right?
And so if we see them coming, we'll get everybody off the observation deck so they don't see like flesh, and
Right.
hopefully they just keep going. But we got the cannon. We can defend ourselves.
Right. So I guess what I'm asking is there any like actual danger out there for the cog fort? A bunch of rampant cows, I wouldn't assume, is a threat.
Well, I mean, if they,
What? Make a pyramid and climb aboard?
yeah, like I said, they're pretty big. So
Oh,
we just, hopefully they don't have a protracted attack.
a what?
Not protracted. What's the word I'm looking?
It's like a ruler, right? But
Prolonged.
like a concave.
Maybe that's a prolonged attack. I feel like there's another word I was looking for, and I
Planned.
don't know. But no,
Cow-ordinated?
no offense, Soil, but the Sylvaneth of this area of the realm don't like us. We have a treaty currently.
Treaty. You get it? That was really good.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
Move on.
But sometimes there are rogue Sylvaneth that don't follow the rest of the glades around here, and they might attack us. We hope there's no tree men among them, because they can do some serious damage. Luckily, that hasn't happened in my time.
How long has been your time on the cog fort?
Oh, I've been here for 2 years. It's kind of my last hurrah before retirement, essentially.
Ah.
Oh God, he just pulled the red flag out there about retirement. Oh God.
No, that means it'll be an easy ride. They
it's
sent the elder.
Come on, man.
To
It's my last ride
the
before
Walmart
retirement. I
rebound
can't
hog
have anything go wrong.
Say it right. Mid-table secured. It says protracted. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I thought. I did use the right word. Yeah, so usually just back and forth here, more or less, keeping the road clear. If we come across anything that is blocking the road, we will clear it. The Cogfort is pretty good at that. If it's like a tree's falling over, we can break it up into smaller pieces and move it, that kind of thing. But yeah, we do a little bit of shipment, but the Cogfort's not built as a cargo vessel.
Gotcha. So we're in for a pretty smooth stomping, effectively.
We're hoping.
Nice.
Something has happened in Greywater Fastness. We haven't gotten delivery in 2 weeks, so
Gotcha.
there's
But
some.
that's
When was the last time this particular Cogfort went to Greywater Fastness?
Let's see. I was here about a month ago, and things were as Greywater Fastness is. It was fine.
how often were deliveries arriving? Every 2 weeks. Has one delivery been missed? Has there been multiple?
No. Multiple times a week. Yeah.
Oh.
All the different smelters and things have their own deals with different cities and send things out regularly.
Yes. Well, if they smelter it, they delter it. So that would make sense.
Yeah. So it could be a problem. So none of you have been to Greywater Fastness?
No.
No. So aren't you from here?
Yes.
But not this part of Gyron.
No.
Okay. I mean, it's a pretty, I guess you could say, typical city of Sigmar. It's built in a circle like most of them are, and they plan things ahead a bit, but it has seen much more rapid growth than a lot of other cities when it was founded over a big mine of cycle stone, which is why it's been so successful.
Is there any connection between the term Aqua Gyranus and Gyron?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's where it's from.
really?
Yeah.
This is where they grow money on trees, or
Kinda. Yeah, I don't know
Excuse me?
too much about it. I know there's
I
some.
was just asking.
I think this realm stone is actually involved in Aqua Gyranus. But yeah, a lot of the other realms don't have like good drinkable water, and Aqua Gyranus is even better than that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But no, I mean anything.
Is that why you're so rich? Do you
I,
just- are
I
you-
feel
Figured
like
it out
you're.
right there.
Do you sweat money?
Doug's formulating a plan in case
Doug.
you didn't realize.
Hey, Doug.
We can
Yes.
like tap you for some syrup.
Yeah.
Doug.
I can't get water from a stone, but you, on the other hand.
Doug, I know it's been a bit. Would you like to hold Skitter again?
No. He's gross. He looks slimy, but he's scaly, and I don't like it.
It's not a snake.
Could I'm just gonna like put my hand over towards with Skitter near Doug. Are you sure you wouldn't like to just hold him again?
No.
Just for a moment.
I'm sure he's just chomping to get to know you better.
Yes, I bet everyone is. I'm great.
Wow.
Mandibles are just like kind of clicking at him.
The thing's pretty creepy looking.
I think it's kind of cool.
It is cool. It's cool.
It's like what if like anaconda mixed with centipede?
Can we make it like one of those like little chihuahuas that just like humps everything?
No, I
So it's actually like obsessed with Doug and just wants to hump him.
Get your worm away.
So as I'm imagining this is on the observation deck.
Yes.
You guys are all hanging out up here. Whoever wants to say that they are up there. As we're walking along, it's been an hour, maybe two, as you're chatting. And as you're talking about Aqua Gyranus, you all hear like, it's the life water.
From where?
It sounds like it's coming from the trees.
Oh.
Outside?
Yeah.
Soil, you got any insight
Yeah,
here?
soil, you hear that?
I hear many things with the trees. Do you?
Okay, did you hear the specific thing when they said it's the life water?
Water is life for us.
Okay. Do you guys like whisper to each other sometimes?
No, we sing.
Oh.
Do you not sing?
The spirit song is broken.
Well, that's distressing.
That didn't sound like a song. Maybe this one's bilingual.
What does that mean?
Your machines are unwelcome.
Uh-oh.
We're about to have trouble. I suspect, Captain, we should move people back below deck.
I think it'll be fine.
Captain,
It happens
with all due
sometimes.
respect,
I'm gonna just pull one of my
Captain, with all
cutlasses out. I'm feeling a little weird.
Captain, with all due respect, this olive branch of peace between us are very thin and not very well watered and taken care of.
I agree, yes.
I suggest you move people below deck now.
I think in this case, most things to do with the Sylvaneth and Gyron, I will certainly take your counsel. Right now, I don't think there's anything to worry about. I've heard these whisperings before. I think it's some of your spirit songs somehow pervading the minds of others that aren't Sylvaneth. I don't really know, but we've heard it before. Should be fine. If you'd like to go below decks, be my guest.
I
Not
mean,
a
what's at the end of the day, what's the worst that's going to happen? Have you seen the play The Wizard of Ashur, where they just throw apples? It's fine. We'll get a nice snack. Maybe a fruit salad.
The spirit song being broken means there is much distress in the realm of life.
Well, good thing we're not there. Because this is the realm of the wild, right?
It's exactly where we
Oh,
are.
is it? Oh, is that what it means?
Duh.
Gotcha.
Is there anything that I can do to, like, probe more or feel more going on with these whispers?
Probably. How about... What do you think makes sense there? Nature test?
Yes.
Roll me anybody can roll a nature test here. Just tell me.
That'd be mind
do,
nature.
Soul nature.
Ugh. That's the worst step.
So I only got 2.
You're a tyrant.
How many do we need?
How many 5s you get? 5 up.
5s?
Yeah.
I've got one.
I've got 1.
None.
I have somehow succeeded.
Okay.
I'm the only one in the dark.
So
That's
as-
very distressing.
I agree.
So you're trying to like connect with the realm here. You haven't been here long, but you do feel like what the captain is saying. You don't feel like any hostility from the area around you. Like you don't feel like an overwhelming presence of dread or anything like that.
I'm still very uneasy right now.
I think unease makes a lot of sense. Like these whisperings you don't even feel like they're like physical. Like you're not hearing these whisperings with your ears. You're hearing them right in your mind.
Well, I'm getting back inside this bitch.
All right. So Hella heads back inside.
I would like to stay out just a little longer.
I'm going to go back inside.
Okay, Daria heads inside. Are you gonna stay in or go? No, stay out or go back in, Doug.
I'll stay out.
Okay. So the thing keeps clanking along, and you got a little, a few more hours until the sun will set. The son of Hish. Anything other particular anybody wants to do in that time, or are you just kind of enjoying the ride?
I'll make a sandwich.
Okay.
I'd like to chat with the guards a bit, just to see like if there's anyone that's been there for a long time, for years, if they have any good stories. And by good, I mean, what are we in for?
Yeah, so most of the people here have been here for a while. Kind of like once you get assigned to a cog fort, that's your job for quite a long time. And mostly you haven't heard anything too crazy. I said they haven't lost anybody on this run in, most people say, as long as I've been on board. They did say there was a time that there was an injured spite revenant that crossed their path and gave them some trouble, but eventually fled before it got too crazy. And they, you know what a spite revenant is, right?
Sure.
Oh, okay, good.
Walks away.
All right.
Maybe refresh my memory.
Oh yeah. Well, they're the Sylvaneth kind of creature. They look like part of a person that's been turning into a tree, sorta, but they're like glowy, usually like greenish, sometimes like purple or blue.
The bard. The one with the flute. Did you not see the images that are there of him?
Yeah, they're freaky looking, but you know.
Wait, a Sylvaneth that plays a flute made out of what?
Made out of stone.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Just because we are of nature doesn't mean that we also are a full-on tree.
We're right, but I mean, it just if you were to blow in like a ocarina or like a flute of wood, it'd just be kind of weird, wouldn't it? It'd be like blowing on a flesh flute.
Are there not people of your kind that use weapons made of people's bones?
Oh, right, but that's a good, valid point.
Touche.
Touche. Well played. Clerks.
But you learn that this trip is usually pretty safe.
Okay.
They say,
But yet you roll dice.
yeah, I've been doing that.
Oh, nice.
They say for the most part, it's because of the one road. Part of the deal with Alariel, which is the goddess of life of the realm of Gyrin, kind of allows gray water fastness to exist. Because you learn there's a couple conditions to that. The city's not allowed to expand any more than it has, and they're not allowed to have more than this one road.
Okay.
And the road, they tell you that it's lit. If you can see it. It's very clearly marked with these little blue fire lights, called the ghost lights, and they ward off undead that wander the area.
Oh.
So luckily, we don't have. As they explain, they don't have a problem with undead, even though that's a big problem in this area of Gyrin. They are warded off from the road by the ghost lights.
And in return, they shoot chaos things or whatever on the one road, or what's the trade-off
For what?
for them existing here?
Who? What? What? What do you mean?
Like the city is allowed to be here, and
Yeah.
is allowed to have one road, and what does Gyrin get in return?
The city doesn't grow more, and they're not at war with the Sylvaneth in the area.
That seems like a pretty great deal. You can be
kinda.
here, just don't be more here, and you're fine.
Yeah,
And we'll also protect your road from the undead.
right.
Your
But
people
yeah,
are
I
awful
mean,
negotiators, just terrible.
I don't think you understand the gravity of what is being done here.
No, I'm not strapped in right now, so probably not.
But yeah, it seems like kind of a interesting deal, but it's mostly you figure this person talking about it describes it as like,
Seems like the city's the only one that benefits from this.
yeah, but like not allowing them to expand more has put a lot of pressures on the city, especially those living in it. There's not a lot of room anymore.
Oh, for sure.
Place is real big, but there's like millions of people there.
Can they go up? Is that allowed?
If you got the money for it. A few people do. They live right in the middle. It's called the Great Axle. Yeah, them's is the real big buildings. As you get closer to the wall, it gets a bit cheaper. Slummier,
Yes,
that kind of thing.
I've heard of them.
But yeah, the whole place, there's the big outer wall. There's actually an inner wall. So the people that live inside the inner wall are really kind of like the muckety mucks. And then within that still is the Great Axle, and that's where all like the real rich people are. I like to spend most of my time near the outside. That's where the good bars are. Yeah, not a bad place as long as you don't mind the constant noise.
How long do you normally stay in the city while you're there before the return trek?
A couple days typically,
Oh,
if
okay.
that. Yeah, we're back and forth.
So how many of this type of vessel are there? If there's multiple deliveries a week and you stay for a few days and it's 5 each way.
Well, some of the deliveries are more are lower tech.
Gotcha.
Not everybody has access to a cog fort.
Like a steed and buggy type of
Yeah, they
situation.
typically go out in caravans every day. Safest way to travel, with numbers and everything.
Yeah.
We see a lot of fire slayers as mercenary guards and such. There is a small group of stormcasts in the city, but they really only do stuff when like the whole city's under attack.
Right.
Question.
Yeah.
You said sounds bugging you. Are we talking more than what is usual?
Well, I mean, like there's many foundries going constantly.
Towards the outer wall.
Everywhere, yeah. There's some in the outer area, the outer wheel. There's smiths all over the place, and then there's the hands that go off every hour.
What
hands?
Hands?
Oh yeah, the giant cannons all around the wall. They go off every hour. It's kind of how they keep track of time.
It seems like
Is
there's probably
is that
easier
all
ways
they
to do
with
this. No?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless the city is under attack, and then a lot more of the cannons are firing. But whether it's peace times or not, every hour they go around the circle.
Wow.
So like you learn to sleep through it if you live there. But like I don't get a lot of sleep when we're in Greywater.
I'm gonna go and lay down for a little bit.
Get some rest now while you
Get
can.
some rest now while I can.
Yeah, not a bad place as long as you can get over the ruckus. I
So
imagine this is like a dwarven crew member you're talking with.
All the other passengers are military. There's no other pedestrians or
Civilians.
civilians.
Nah, yeah, this is a Iron Weld vessel. We're here to keep the peace, I guess.
It's so boring.
I mean, not when you're fighting.
Do
Let's
you-
hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So those of you that are on
Just as
deck,
he says that.
you notice those on top. Those inside, you could see this through a porthole potentially. You see some smoke a bit in the distance that Soil would notice as looks like a wildfire. But the smoke has quite the blue tinge to it.
What would be? Is there any way for me to know what the blue tinge might be, or what would be causing the smoke to turn blue?
You know that there's all kinds of different things in the realm of life that, depending on what is burning, it can burn. Not everything burns, orange and red.
Well, the ghost lights burn blue, right?
Yes.
It could be one big ghost light.
Why would it be burning?
Well, don't ghost lights burn?
If they're out of their container and into the trees, which would mean it's been broken.
Ah,
The spirit.
The spirit's been broken?
The spirit song.
Oh, yeah, the spirit song.
Shouldn't be broken simply by a fire.
Well,
Can-
what if it's
can-
more than a fire?
can ghost lights do that? Is that like a thing, or are they like a heatless fire, or how do those work?
I don't know. I don't know magic.
Ugh.
Some Sylvaneth thing, I guess. I don't really know. Maybe it's from Ilariel herself.
Maybe she's changed her ways.
I see what you're saying. No one else at the table knows, but that was a good one.
I wouldn't know in character, so I'm not gonna do anything about it.
But the Cogfort keeps trudging along, and after a few more hours, it is hish set, and it gets dark. And the captain's like, I suggest you get sleep when you can. It can be a little rocky out here. You never know what could happen. Hopefully the night is safe, but we'll keep moving along.
I'll take a couple nips and head to bed.
Of your free wine.
If anyone else, no, of the spirit, silly. Wine's a day drink.
Oh,
I'm not a
okay.
barbarian.
Nightcap.
Right.
Take a little shot.
Yeah, if anyone else would like one, feel free. It was donated.
To the cause.
Borrowed and now we're donating.
A donation just means free.
I'm gonna take a drink and then flop into my hammock.
Same.
Right. I imagine sleep comes pretty easily. It's been an exciting day. Your body might be pretty worn out just from that travel through the Realm Gate, and then all the new sights and everything. The swaying with the movement of the Cogfort is actually pretty soothing. So everybody gets a decent night's rest. And in the morning, nothing bad happened.
Oh,
Right.
yay.
Shock
Crazy,
and awe.
right?
We made it.
But in the morning, it's just kind of the same thing. A few different people are up and about, others are sleeping again, but it's just trudging along that same rhythmic swaying of the fort.
I'm going to go back up onto the observation deck.
All right, so up here it looks pretty much the same. It's still jungle, still very thick with vegetation, all kinds of big trees and vines between them and everything. And it goes like right up to the ghost lights. Like there's no like shoulder kind of thing on the road. It's like clear road, jungle.
Feels like home.
And what
Yeah.
day of travel is this? This is day 3 or
This is
2?
2.
2.
Yeah, he said it'd take 5 days counting that first day you headed out from the fort.
I think breakfast today calls for grilled cheeses.
How you going to grill them?
Great question.
didn't get
There
any
were a
butter
bunch of
either.
those pipes that were very
Exactly.
hot.
I was gonna say we're on
I'm gonna grill a
there.
cheese on like a
So you start grilling a sandwich, and the guy comes over and is like, what are you doing?
I'm grilling a cheese. Would
You making a
like-
sandwich?
Well, a grilled cheese, yes.
I make
Well,
one for me and I won't tell anybody. And he winks. I'd try that.
I like your style.
You make him a sandwich?
Yes,
All right.
with a little slice of meat in there too, and I wink at 'em.
Oh. Let's fancy it up. Grilled ham and cheese.
Grilled ham and cheese. Yes,
My dad used to call
Wait,
it
we don't know what the meat is. Do you know
No.
it's him?
if it said meat on it, I'm sure it's fine.
Bacon.
It was in a
I think I said
store.
auroch, so it's like roast beef.
Even better.
But this
Beef and cheddar.
Yeah.
day continues on. I'd eat that right now.
Arby's.
Just kind of continues on, same as yesterday. If there's anybody you want to talk to, we don't have to role play out every conversation, but if you wanted to spend time just chatting with people, if there's anything other specific you want to try to find out from people,
I would definitely
Ken?
like to find some guards that
I
are
want-
drinking and playing cards or something like that are off shift.
I would like to find out more about the last group and the last shipment that was able to get out.
it's good thinking. So you find out it was 15 days ago, or now 16 days ago, just over 2 weeks. And it was a shipment of rifles and ammunition, as well as some just like hand weapons. And I believe there was somebody's like, I think there was one Hellblaster volley gun in there as well that were all going to Akshi.
Hellblaster. I'm not there, sorry. That's a lot of words.
A Hellblaster volley gun is awesome. It's like a cannon, but there's 3 of them in a row, and then there's 2 more of those rows, like in a big triangle that twists as it fires, and it shoots all 3 at once, and then the whole thing twists and shoots all 3 at once, and the whole thing twists.
It's like a tri-beam cannon.
Yeah. They're dope.
I'm gonna keep one eye on that.
So that's what did make it.
That was the last shipment, yeah.
One that made it there.
Some good stuff in chat here. What was that?
Meat Mountain just means lots of bodies might as well recycle.
Also, welcome in, Cute Morbid Fox. That's a fun name. But yeah, so it was 16 days ago. It was a relatively small shipment of stuff, and that was the last anybody's heard from the city. And unfortunately, the Harbinger of Trouble was on like a different part of their typical like patrol around. So this was as soon as it could get back here to check it out. And it worked out to be able to get a group of Soulbound to help out.
How soon would we
Okay.
be able to even get a sign or be able to see it in the horizon, the city?
The jungle's gonna thin out in a while. We'll enter the Ghoulmare, and then you'll be able to see it from quite a few miles away, especially the smoke.
The smoke. Oh, from all the foundries.
Yeah.
What's the Ghoulmare?
Oh, kind of just what it sounds like. It's a swamp with a ton of undead in it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's why the ghost lights are so important. Yeah.
It's where we've kept them to be.
Yeah, out here it's not so bad, but as you get closer to the city, it gets worse. Sylvan, I think it's because of all the mining and smelting and
You're
stuff.
tearing through our world. Just saying.
Well, I mean, part of it, right? But we need these things to fight our enemies in all over the realms.
I
Yeah, the
suppose.
Ghoulmare's not a nice place. This jungle, not so bad. The Ghoulmare, wouldn't want to get stuck there.
Foreshadowing.
Not a fun place.
What else can you tell us about it in terms of what we might encounter as we get there?
Well, ghouls, first off. You know, it's why they call it that, because there's a lot of them.
Are there
Mares.
mares as well?
You know,
Well, mare is like swamp.
Oh, I didn't know if they had like ghost female horses or something.
That'd be
That'd be
I don't
Nightmares.
think so. They might be nightmares. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't come across one of them. Once in a while, we take pot shots at them from the top as they get close to the ghost
Need
lights.
something to do.
It's
on
kind
it.
of fun, yeah. We
Boring.
need a little contest sometimes, make a game of it. You know, when you're faced with the horrors of the undead, sometimes you gotta make light when you can. Otherwise, you know, people are getting their guts ripped out and stuff. That's not fun.
I'd imagine.
Again, it hasn't happened here in quite a while. We're pretty safe on the Cog Fort on the road.
It says there's vengeful and murderous treekin in the Ghoulmere.
Oh yeah, I don't want to run into them. They're like Sylvaneth, but not, I think.
Fallen that have not been reclaimed and rebirthed.
Yeah, something like that. Again, nasty. We don't bother shooting them. They're too big. Takes too many shots to bring them down. But like you see a ghoul, headshot, boom, done. Good times. That's worth 5 points.
Who's currently in the top of the leaderboard?
Oh, the captain.
Oh.
Yeah, even with that robot arm, he's good shot. He's been doing it longer than any of us.
Fair.
He likes his rifle.
When was the last time anyone spoke with the leader of the Sylvaneth who we made the treaty with?
Oh, I have no idea. We don't want to go, like, they live way off the road. So, I think there's a problem. They probably would come to us. I don't know. Above my pay grade.
I wonder if that's probably the reason for the ghost lights, right? We're not gonna want to wander into a forest that might have undead and things in it. So honestly, we'd probably keep right in the bounds of the one road, I'd assume.
I would highly recommend it.
Well, I'm gonna take an early nap.
All right. So you said you're going to hang out on the observation deck? Mm-hmm. Do other people want to stay up there? Inside is, like, pretty stuffy and hot. It's not well ventilated from the steam engines.
I'll stay up top.
So everybody inside is just pretty much sweating all the time.
Sweating's gross. I'll take a deck nap.
Okay.
Deck nap.
Do you bring a hammock up there and try to string it up somewhere?
Oh yes.
Like in a corner, just string it? Okay.
I'll put like a wet floor sign in front of it too, so no one bothers me.
Well,
So I
he
just
goes-
imagine
he-
you're sitting there with your hands behind your head.
He's in between a mast, and then he has soil to stand about 6 feet
I
away.
need you to guard this post. It's very important.
Strings it up between them.
Can I have like Skitter like sneak on him as he's sleeping?
Absolutely. I just imagine he's like,
Unknowingly
so
cuddle
can
it.
you please take 2 steps that way so his shadow casts on your face?
The sun keeps moving.
I'm just gonna have Skitter just like creep around and just go right over.
And I will say the one road isn't like perfectly straight. A lot of it does have really long stretches where it's just straight, but there are times where it has to veer around like really big trees and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just straight on till morning kind of thing. But it's the middle of the day, and the Cog Fort continues to steam along the overgrown road. The tree canopy disappears above, and the harbinger of trouble emerges onto a stretch of rocky road overlooking beautiful Hish-lit vistas. For the first time, you're able to see above the tree canopy. There are only a few dark clouds in the sky. Most of the off-duty crew climb up to the uppermost observation deck to take in the scenery. Even Captain Hines joins them. And for a while, everyone gets a break from the constant cacophony of the jungle. But the moment of serenity doesn't last for long. Everybody must make a mind awareness test.
No.
6-1.
Mind awareness. So how many?
God.
So I have 2. Is that what that is, or do
I
we
am
have 4?
obviously not very
I have
aware.
2 dice.
I've got 2 6s.
Yeah, what do you got for mind awareness? 6-1. So, Daria, let's see, you are, yeah, just 2 dice for you.
I only got 1, so I failed.
Shoot, I didn't get any.
Did you get a 6, though?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Oh, I thought I saw a 6 over there.
I also failed.
I've got 2 6s.
Okay, so that makes perfect sense that the Sylvaneth passes this. Peace and quiet, you notice a couple seeds all of a sudden, like, go tink, tink on the observation deck floor. And you're like, that's weird. We just got out of the trees. And you look up, and you notice seeds are falling from the sky, from clouds. And someone else goes, seed fall! And people start running all over the place trying to get to ladders. So luckily
To go down?
to get out of, to go down into the Cog Fort. So Soil, you happen to be right next to one. You notice one first since you passed that test, so you're able to get down in the ladder.
So we had to
Everybody
reflex.
but Soil has to make a 4-2 body athletics test to get down in time before the seed fall picks up to become a full storm of seeds.
What
We need 2
exactly
fours.
is a full-on seed fall? Like, what does it do? With,
So it's like rain, but instead of water, it's little seeds falling from
like
the clouds.
tree
Darn
or
it.
plant
I got
seed?
1 4.
Why was this not mentioned when we asked all the questions about things
Right?
to look out
You didn't
for?
ask about this one. It doesn't.
I don't think I passed.
Yeah, you're not sure. You need 2 4-ups.
I
No.
passed
I pass.
barely.
Darn it.
Okay.
I feel like I should have passed.
That's my best roll ever.
Should have, but
There was
didn't.
2 stars in that roll. It looks like the 6s are like
2 stars.
whatever
Yeah.
this is. It's like a
That's
little,
the soul.
Oh yeah,
fire
that's like
thing.
it's a hammer. It's like the symbol for Soulbound. Those are 6s, yeah. So you succeed with 1 additional success.
All right.
Because
So I just get pelted with a bunch of seeds.
So you get pelted with a bunch of
Like
seeds.
hail.
So as they land on you, they actually like go down under your skin
No,
and
I've
like
got-
plant
no, I've
themselves
got armor.
in your
They're
body.
rooting in
Not-
you.
it just falls off. I've got armor and
So you
and a
actually suffer
cloak.
3 damage ignoring armor and stunned for 1 hour or until the seeds
What?
finish
How
their
do
life cycle.
I keep track of that? Or
So you suffer 3 damage. So if you go to the combat tab on your character sheet,
yeah.
you can just change your toughness from 7 to 4.
Can I go over and use my medicine ability and mend?
Yeah.
So as
There's no healing in this
you
game.
climb down the ladder,
beg
He's
to
got a
differ.
bunch of aqua granis. Give me some money.
you get a bunch of
I'm
those
not
seeds
giving
stuck in
you-
you, maybe like in your exposed face or on
I'm
your
not
arms
giving
or
you
hands.
money. I can just heal you.
So yes,
He's made
you
of money,
can
that's
make
why.
a 5-2 mind medicine test to dig out and remove seeds. Otherwise, you see they start growing, like leaching your bodily fluids
Ooh.
to start growing from your skin.
Ew! Help me.
Did Daria make it to the ladder though? Just not before she got.
No.
pelted?
She failed, so she does get pelted with a bunch of these seeds, but she does get down
Okay,
below.
I was like, wait, how are we getting?
And like
to
as soon as
her?
you get down, somebody closes like a hatch, so you hear this
Okay.
like ting 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 ting, like you've ever been in like a hailstorm. Sounds like that.
So I'm sorry. What was the roll that?
5-2 mind medicine test.
Okay, so I have 4, and then medicine I have 1 in one in training and 1 in focus. So that's technically 5 dice that I roll, right?
Yes.
For medicine,
If that's what it says, yeah.
I have 4. So mine's 4, so I have 4 dice, right?
Yes.
And then I have
A training in medicine
a training in medicine as well as a focus.
and a
so
focus. Yep.
okay,
So 5 dice, and you can bump 1 up by 1.
and I gotta get a 5-2, 2 5s.
Yes.
2 5s. Well, I only got 1 5,
Darn it.
so I'm able to get some,
Okay.
but not all.
Okay.
All right. So it says you are not able to dig them all. You get a bunch of them out, but you're not able to get them all out before they really start growing. And so what happens if you don't?
right?
No, I just got like trees grown out of me.
Oh, like that's
Okay,
such
so
a problem.
Because you didn't get enough out in time, you're going to suffer another 3 damage as these things start growing from your skin. But then, like, one of the crew members kind of pushes Soy out of the way and is like, let me do it. And they have, like, a
So
scalpel and
I'm
start
like
popping the
3
seeds
more
out.
damage down.
Yes.
In my toughness.
Yeah, this
I've only got 1 left.
this does it's very painful.
Yes.
Can I cast Realm Blood on her, which heals toughness?
Yes.
Oh.
Can.
All right, so so as this other person is popping the seeds out, you cast this spell, and yeah, you can do that. It is, let's see, where is it?
So 5-1.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, 5-1. So on a success, you regain a toughness. Each additional success heals another toughness. So,
And again, this is playing off of medicine, so then that comes off, or is that just
so this is a spell, so it's a mind channeling test.
okay? So again,
Which
that
looks
puts me 5 dice.
Yeah, same thing.
All
5
right,
with
let's
1
go.
focus.
Heal me.
2, and I have
3.
2 5s or 2 successes. Sorry,
Okay.
out of the 5. See, and let's see. I needed just 1 5, right?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
Any
And-
any 5s or 6s will heal. Each one will
So
heal
I
toughness.
Yeah. So I heal 2 toughness on
Okay.
you.
So I'm up to 3. All right, thank you.
Not nothing.
It's better than nothing.
It's something.
It's
can I
something.
undo this hammock and then shadow step into the cargo hold thing?
Shadow step. Oh, is that one?
Oh
That's-
well, you
yeah.
so yeah, you got down below.
Oh,
if that's
gotcha.
how you want to say you got down below.
Yeah.
So you roll into the shadow of the hammock and then disappear in
Well,
the
I have
the
that cloak.
hold.
I'm just always in shadow, so
Oh,
I
you
undo,
cover yourself
I
with the
undo
cloak?
the hammock first, and then I.
Because you passed that awareness test, you have time to do that.
Okay,
yeah.
great.
So yeah, a bit of an excitement there. Daria is a little worse for wear from those seeds growing. So you have like a bunch of little open wounds on your body. Most of them have closed up from the spell, but yeah, you're hurting a little bit. And then the captain is kind of like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about those. That happens. It hasn't happened in my last couple of trips. Every once in a while we get a seed fall. I guess I should have warned you about that one.
Yeah,
but
especially when setting up a hammock for a nap on the deck would have been very nice.
I thought that was a great idea.
I
I
thought.
like
Nice
how,
place to rest if there's
Dan
not a
like
seed
baited
fall.
us all up there. He was like, "It's so hot and stuffy inside.
Yeah, I
you
was-
guys
I was-
should
I
all
was really
go,
happy everybody
all go upstairs and look at the fresh
baited the
air."
trap and you all fell for it, hook, line, and
Everyone
sinker.
sees the beautiful scenery now.
I was ready
so
for an
you
inside
know.
nap, and then he said that, and I was like, "Oh, I don't want to do that. I'll go outside." It's
That seems to be more of a problem for you that doesn't have, tougher skin. Sorry.
I got really excited when somebody said something about Aqua Gyranus. When you're
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to heal you with money, because if you do that, it actually makes the seeds grow faster.
Ah,
And you
you're
take-
welcome.
You take an additional 4 damage.
Oh my
I would have
gosh.
been like on the wounded.
You're welcome.
Wow.
It does say that if you start to do that, Captain Hines does warn you not to.
Oh,
So if
okay.
you ignore his warnings and drink some Aqua Gyranus, you take 4 more damage.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
But looking out the portholes, as you see this, the seeds are falling all over in like a rainstorm, and very quickly little plants grow in those spots. And you see the road getting a little overgrown from it. But those on the road do seem to wither away before they get out of sight, or at least most of them do. But those, you see, like, some of the seeds fall right into other trees and start growing a whole new plant from the side of it. And some of them turn to flowers real quick, some turn into leaves, some turn into, like, looks like carnivorous plants, all kinds of different things. But Captain said, well, looks like our watch on deck is going to have a break until the seed fall stops.
Oh, you're gonna give them a break for not noticing the sea fall ahead of time? That sounds.
A
like...
couple did. They called it out.
Oh,
Luckily, it
was-
was just
Did you
Daria
not-
that had.
Did you
that
not
got
pay
caught.
attention
I
to
was-
the storm?
I was asleep.
By the way, Skitter is still on you.
Oh, that's what that was. Gross. Take it away.
I mean, he seems rather comfortable.
I don't think so.
But then again, it just continues trudging along. Is anything else anybody wants to do the rest of this day?
Are we at the point of, like, we're going to be resting?
So it's kind of like, if there's nothing in particular you want to do, we can kind of fast forward to
Oh.
rest.
Because I have the medic talent, which means instead of resting, I can still heal.
You can heal for real this time? You have the medic talent?
medic!
What? So I know
already session 1. I'm already healing.
we're
y'all.
joking, and it's kind of like an inside joke right now because all that happened in Vossheim's holdout that hasn't gone out yet, where Mike's character, the elf, had
Supposed to be medically trained.
Well,
and
yeah,
I can't
like you were the medic, and you had, I think, 1 or 2 training in medicine and a focus.
Yeah.
But you didn't have the medic talent, so it helped. Like you could heal wounds better, but like healing toughness is not something you didn't really have access to in that adventure, which was kind of the point because it did use the Grim and Perilous
Right.
rule subset where you weren't soulbound people, you were just people. But so what does medic do exactly?
So, instead of taking your rest, you can choose to spend the length of the rest treating one ally's wounds. You do not gain the benefits of rest. You can only treat one wound at a time. So if the ally has multiple wounds, you must tell the GM which wound you are treating. To adequately treat the wound, you must succeed on a mind medicine test.
Yeah, but I don't have any wounds.
Right, so this is what we ran into in Vossheim's holdout. Your character did have this talent, but she only has toughness damage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So in a full night's rest, she'll just heal all the toughness.
Oh, that's
Oh
what
yeah,
it
so
was.
it's not
Gotcha.
a full
So
night's
like
rest.
after you get into some combats and go
Sign us
below
up
your
for that.
toughness and suffer
That's
wounds,
the
Sign us
gimmick.
up for
Gotcha.
because your wounds stay a lot longer than toughness. So that's
Gotcha.
where, once you
Nice.
have some prolonged combats and combats after each other, that's when that will really come in handy.
Gotcha.
So yeah, if there's nothing in particular anybody wants to do at this point, we can have another night's rest. Daria will heal back to full toughness.
Because
Nice.
everything's been insanely boring so far, I would like to stay up and play cards with some of the crew
Oh, okay.
and drink a little. That way I can sleep in and the day will go faster.
Sure. You want to like try to gamble?
Yeah, well, if they gamble, I'll gamble. If
They'll
they don't,
gamble with you.
Okay, I'll gamble.
You want to gamble some Aqua Gyranus?
No.
Well, that's what they want to gamble.
Well, I'll gamble maybe a
Cheese.
grilled cheese.
Not just cheese, but a
Pipe-
Are you going to
pipe
cook the grilled cheese? Like you
four-
cook a grilled cheese and put it on the table?
Yeah, I'll cut it into quarters. That way I can ante.
All right.
And maybe a couple shots.
I'm trying to think of what I think guile would be used for that. Guile's a pretty catch-all-y kind of skill, I think.
That sounds right to me.
Let me just double check here because that one.
No, I think
Throws
we'll
me a
go.
little
I think
bit.
Guile sounds good.
So yeah, great proficiency in guile indicates a cunning mind, one swift to employ clever stratagems and unexpected ruses as necessary. So those with training in this skill are often naturally devious, whereas focus means you've been specifically taught how to use rhetorical devices or perhaps various grifts and cons in order to manipulate or deceive others. Guile is often opposed by intuition. Let's see, your ability to act charming in order to convince others to see things from your viewpoint, or failing that to lie convincingly to get your way. That sounds like
There you go.
gambling to me.
Yes.
So let's do. I'll just use typical. We'll say actually, it says to use the cog. What were these guys called? Cog worker.
Cogworker.
I just had it a second ago. Cogsmith.
Cogs.
So their intuition is usually based off of
Just follow
what?
your heart,
Mind.
your intuition.
So their mind is only 2. So I'm going to roll 2 dice with an opposed test here against your guile. And we'll say, what do you win if you already have the grilled cheese?
Yes.
If you win, what do you get?
What do they have?
Aqua Grey.
Oh, they'll ante up Aqua Gyranus.
Oh, that'd
yeah.
be splendid.
Well, if you put out a grilled cheese, they both put out like 2 drops.
What?
But a loaf of... How much?
You cut that cheese into quarters.
Yes. So I think that works because a loaf of bread was 2 Aqua Gyranus, so I could
We'll
win
say-
2 loaves of bread out of this.
Sure.
Aqua Gyranus wise.
I mean, the grilled cheese smells good, too.
yes. I'll say, well,
I mean, you've improved the value of it, right? Because
Correct.
you've prepared it.
right.
Okay.
it's
All
not
right, so
fresh.
make your guile versus my intuition.
I got succeeded with 1 additional success.
All right, I got 1 success with a 3 and a 5. So you win 2 drops. Or
4.
yeah, so they both put in 2, right?
Yes.
so
And
4
I
drops.
keep my grilled cheese.
Can you
And
eat your
you get
do you
grilled
eat it in front of them?
Yes, the spoils of war.
Spoils of war. Oh, that'll be the episode title.
He says,
It's so delectable.
I love that.
Best of luck tomorrow, friends.
They're like, yeah, we'll be here. Oh
God.
man, I love and hate Doug.
I just like keep having flashbacks right now with you, Tim, with like the Family Guy there, the giant jaw and everything they keep showing off. The rich guy.
Drive-by arguments. Yeah, I disagree.
I will say this voice is not what I expected with the picture of Pete Davidson.
Not even.
Oh, that's fair.
I was like, is your voice
update
just going to
that.
be Pete Davidson too? Because I can't handle that.
I was like, that's just a dude.
All right, so
Is every session also going to be a different voice too? With
No.
Different
Oh
Doug?
God.
Oh
my
gosh,
God.
no. You don't have enough money for those tickets.
Patrons, help us!
so the next morning, again, the night passes without incident, other than Doug winning some drops and having a grilled cheese. Did it have meat in this one, or is it just grilled cheese?
Oh no, that's if I really needed to up it, we'd add some meat.
That's your upping your anting is adding meat to
Yeah,
it.
that's my double or nothing.
What was that called? A double down
Yes.
Double down.
for the fried chicken was the bread.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, right.
It was delectable.
I always wanted to
remember
try, at least have a
That was
bite
like a
of one.
KFC thing. Right?
Yeah.
They brought it back recently, and I hadn't had one before, and I tried it, and I was like, this is enough.
This isn't.
Box checked.
Right?
Moved
Once
on.
is good. Corden chat said next episode, Doug's voice is pork chop. All you do is bark.
I'm in character, please. That's method.
That's method.
So the next morning, you're enjoying the sway. Again, you're totally used to this. But at one point, you hear like a woo-hoo. But like in your mind, it sounds like the owl is saying your voice.
Soil, what the
You
fuck is
hear, hello, hello. Or, there we are, there we are. Doug. Or, soil.
I'm just like, now I'm just sitting there like, what is this, like the Budweiser phone commercial?
Kinda, yeah. But you hear the owl moving, but it sounds... So, like, if you're like, did that owl just say hello? So it'd be like, no, it said soil. And then you're like, wait a minute. That's weird.
Obviously, it's
Again,
That's
soil,
weird.
what is going on? What sort of creatures do you have here?
We have many, actually.
Owls?
Any mind infiltrating owls that we should know about?
How many licks does it take?
MidTable Security says Doug Y. That's really good. Oh my god. Yeah.
Does
But-
Soil know anything about these owls?
It seemed just Gyron weirdness,
Yeah.
as far as you know.
Kyron weirdness. It happens around here. We sell shirts at the shop that say that. It's kind of our slogan.
I experienced Gyron weirdness, and all I got was this dumb T-shirt.
Yeah.
Keep it weird.
Keep it weird.
We
Stay
sell-
calm and
Keep Gyron weird.
We sell it to the tourists. We usually get about 10 drops out of it. It helps. We also have the slogan on keychains.
Oh.
Okay.
Can we ask around and see if other people experience this?
Yeah. So
And what name did you hear?
Frank.
Who?
Who? Yeah. Everybody else says that they heard their own name, and a few people said they've experienced this before.
And doesn't it bring anything?
It seems like Gyron
Just
weirdness.
happens. Okay.
Yeah. All the realms have their own strange stuff that happens. This just one of Gyran's.
The wilds try to bring in the unwilling.
I like it when soil is like cryptic and weird.
I don't.
It's the Fae luring us to our deaths.
Oddly, you're very
I'm
close.
pretty. That's kind of
That's what it
Gyron is
said.
kind of like a Fey realm.
That's why we told them to stay on the one road.
Is this day 4?
3.
We're on day 3 now.
If we drink enough, it could be day 5 tomorrow.
What will you do on day 5?
Hopefully, do something.
But it seems to be just more of the same. You might be starting to get a little bored of just
Yeah.
riding this thing along.
Bored.
It never stops. It hasn't stopped since you left the fort.
I've been having a great time just being on deck and enjoying the weather and all of the sunshine.
Yeah, and at this point, like we saw in that last description, that the forest has
It's like being
the
on
jungle,
the sea for you.
kind of.
Yeah.
The
But
land
I'd much
sea.
rather be on the sea.
The jungle has thinned out quite a bit, and you're starting to see some signs of the mare. You see like little still pools of water here and there. Again, just the foliage has thinned out quite a bit. The sounds are less. It's like the sounds of the jungle are less now. Fewer howler monkeys, that kind of thing.
There were monkeys.
I'm gonna
There's
go.
always monkeys in the jungle.
I'm gonna go ask the captain if there's
It's
any
probably them who are
preparations
calling out
the
to you.
cog makes before entering the Ghoulmere.
Any preparations the cog fort makes?
Yeah.
Luckily, as long as the one road is still dry, we shouldn't have to do much of anything.
What
Just
if
keep
it's
on
wet?
keeping on.
What if it's like flooded or whatever?
I hope we don't get stuck, and if we do, we'll do what we can to get it out. We got, protocols for that.
I'd like to ask around if there's any other strange phenomena that we might
Yeah,
encounter that would
'cause
be
the
good
seed
to know.
fall
We
was-
had seed fall. We've had some whispering trees.
And owls.
We're going past the jungle at this point. Now we're going to more just straightforward spookiness. Any voices you hear calling out to you, I would strongly suggest not even answering them.
I mean, I didn't answer the first one.
And that's probably for the best.
Out of curiosity, what are your opinions of the undead?
They're
It doesn't mean more to you or less to you than other people.
They're unnatural.
Right. I agree.
They're not being brought back with their previous lives. They're simply just being brought back through malicious intent.
So do you take them as more serious, I guess, than others do? Like, well, they're a nuisance, right? And they'll eat your brains, and that's scary, so we don't like them. But to you, it, like, actually disturbs, like...
They
your-
disturb many things within the world. As you can see, it's slowly killing the very trees and the very life of it.
Yes.
They don't just simply take your life, they are consuming all life.
So you also think they're yucky, I guess, is at the end of the day. We agree.
Yes, they are yucky.
Well, we can build a foundation on that. Do you think...
I'm going to go out on a branch here and say, you don't really have much experience. How do you say camping?
Oh, no. Absolutely not. No.
So
I've stayed in lower rank hotels, for sure. One even had an air conditioner that didn't go below 65.
how do you feel if you just get a spot of dirt on your boots?
Oh, dirt's fine. But, I mean, sleeping on the ground, it's different.
Would he consider glamping, Doug?
Yes.
Okay.
For a night.
This hammock's the worst accommodations Doug's ever experienced.
Oh, very much so. I do
I
have to be
bet.
quite inebriated to go to sleep on this. But I would like to play with the Cheese Boys again and, you know, share a couple rounds. They deserve it.
They're sleeping now because they were on duty overnight.
Well,
He needs different cheese boys, please.
yes, let's find some different Cheese Boys.
It makes you can find some new cheese boys.
Yes. What's the check for search Cheese Boy?
Awareness. No, so you can. Yeah, there are other
Oh,
people
God.
on break. Will be playing cards or something somewhere.
Yeah.
Sure. This time it's down in the engine room though.
It's hotter.
It is hot down
It's going to
there.
keep the cheese significantly steamier, though, which is fine.
Sure.
Where did you learn to cook like this?
My dorm. We had also had a hot pipe in there that we would cook on.
Does anybody else want to join the game?
I'll join.
Try your hand
I'm
at
bored.
Guile as well.
Oddly enough, I don't know how to use an
Yeah,
oven. But
I will.
if there's a hot pipe,
Oh, two so there's three people. Two
I'm just
crew
watching.
people here. There's a human woman, a human man, and a male dwarden. They're also playing, and it sounds like Daria's joining.
all right.
So they start the ante with 2 drops again.
That's right. 1 grilled cheese.
One grilled cheese.
Did you want? I'll make you a grilled cheese if you want us to ante in instead of using real money.
And
Yeah.
we'll just go straight up. Whoever wins gets the whole pot. Keep it simple.
'Kay.
So,
Oh, we might win our grilled cheeses back.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for all 3 of them here because their mind is only 2.
How many do we need?
It's opposed, so it's just how many 4-ups you get.
Okay, I've got 1 4.
I got 3.
What was the talent you had? Would that apply here?
The silver tongue? No.
Is
I
this
don't
like
think
is
we're
this like
gambling,
Texas Hold'em? Is she able to
Like-
bluff them out?
Yeah, persuasive, so no.
All right. I had 0, 1, and 2 successes across my 3 people.
3.
3.
Oh, wait.
Daria?
I've got. Because is this a guile?
Yes.
So I've got a focus.
You
Okay.
do.
So I've got 2 successes then.
All right. So, what's her name? Doug
Doug.
shows his prowess at gambling and wins again.
Oh, splendid.
So you win 8 drops.
Oh, goodness.
And Daria's got to remove 2.
No.
You know, we are a part of a team. You should give her drops
I
back.
gave her a sandwich.
You should give her drops
Give her a
back.
sandwich.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't have the sandwich if not for her. I'll actually split the full pot with her.
To be fair.
To be fair.
So not only can you have your 2 back, you can have 2 more.
Oh, yay.
Wow.
We have
Very
7.
generous.
I mean, it is her stuff
Yo!
I'm gambling away.
Buffalo Spin Chat ExPaxis just gifted 5 subs. Thanks so much.
Woohoo.
Super appreciate that.
What a good dude.
Also, hi, Wraith. I see you're lurking.
Oh.
Lurker.
So as you finish your game, whether you go to the observation, what's Hella doing there this time? Actually, I'm assuming Soil's soaking up the sun some more.
Well, I was just there.
Is
Oh, that's right. You said you were watching.
Is it daytime?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm probably up on the deck, just watching out, chilling, not gambling.
So those inside can see this from the portholes, but Hella gets the best view as
Shit.
kind of it forms relatively quickly in the sky where you see like, you know what everybody knows what the aurora borealis looks like, right? You see that, except it's all the colors of the rainbow, not just like greens and blues. And as you're watching this, you see little like bits of it float down to the surface, like little motes of light that are iridescent, all kinds of
Pretty.
colors.
All right, I am very much going to ask a nearby guard if that is something to worry about.
I'm like, oh no! And then, like he catches one in his hand like a snowflake, and it just like melts into nothing. He's like, it looks cool.
It doesn't do anything?
Nah,
Are you sure?
not that I've noticed. I've seen this one a few times.
Is this is happening while the gambling's going on?
Like as your game is ending, so you guys could see this out the porthole potentially.
What's
Maybe a few of the little light motes fall.
Sir, do we know what causes it?
He shrugs. Life magic.
Can I, heading up and everything, am I able to still catch some of this?
Yeah, it goes on for a while. It
Okay.
lasts more than a few minutes.
This is our L'Orealla's blessings.
Oh, maybe. Another crew member says.
I was going to start heading toward you to ask, so thank you. Okay, Soil, thanks.
Begin tree pose yoga.
Just going to watch the beautiful show then.
All right, yeah, it's enjoyable. It's nice. It's very pretty, natural. You assume natural.
You better not tell me this is going to poison me in like a few
Right.
hours.
No,
Yeah,
like
it
some of
does seem like there's some underlying.
Do you like
Malaise.
avoid them or do you let them fall on you? The little light motes.
No, I'm just going to stand and
You
watch.
should-
If they fall on me, they fall on me.
Hello, you should stick your tongue out and follow comments and taste the rainbow.
Taste.
So they act like snowflakes coming down, and they land on you. They look like they melt, but they're just a little bit warm, not cold like snow. But like it feels.
I hear
Nice.
in the more human cities they have this candy that symbolizes it.
But yeah, otherwise the rest of the day passes.
Okay.
The rainbow aurora lasts for like half an hour, and by that time, pretty much everybody that's not on duty goes up to the top and like catches it in their hands.
Does-
A couple people do like catch it on their tongue kind of thing.
Taste the rainbow.
What does it taste like?
It's just a little warm.
Skittles, obviously.
Oh, gotcha.
Do we notice if this rainbow shower is doing anything to the mire?
No.
No.
Yeah, again, they just kind of land and disappear. But like, basically, it takes as long. Pretty much the whole thing just kind of falls apart into these modes over like half an hour, and like the effect is pretty cool.
You're pretty cool.
Thanks.
I was talking to the moats.
I was speaking for the modes.
Oh.
I speak for the trees.
You do not speak for me.
You're not a tree.
He
You're
speaks
Sylvaneth.
For the truffle
It would be pretty rude to say you're a tree.
Thank you.
But as
Doug.
day passes, night has fallen across Gyron on the third day of the Harbinger's journey. The crew know that they should be over halfway to Greywater fastest by now, but Captain Hines is not feeling any luckier, still not having uncovered the reason why the shipments have halted from the city. Nothing along the road so far has happened out of order, other than the Seedfall. The Cogfort's night watch has taken over, and Captain Hines has retired to his small cabin for the night. Same thing as before, people going to bed. Did you want to do more gambling?
Oh,
tonight?
absolutely.
This game has just become Red Dragon Inn. We're no longer
Right.
like sold out.
So the same people as the night before.
Yeah.
They're on the observation deck again. It's just the two of them.
Splendid.
Splendid.
I'm just watching again.
Here we go.
I'm sleeping.
I'm wandering.
What did you just do?
Oh wow.
Yeah, this might be
He
a good
took
one to
them
sit
for
out.
all they're worth.
That's 3 6s and a 5. I'll take your shoes.
Yeah, that was an insanely good roll. I need to roll mine. I could roll both success. I do, actually. I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Ah,
Oh, there's 2 of them. But yeah, you got 4 successes. The other guy had a terrible hand.
great.
No successes.
I'll
so-
actually leave them half of a sandwich.
you take their
just so
drop.
they feel like they're getting something out of the relationship.
Fair. That's generous of you.
I'm very generous.
I'm walking
I let
around
people
the
talk to
other
me for free.
levels, just, taking things in, noticing how the cog for it actually works and whatnot during this time.
Oh, cool. So during this time, like right into the end of your game, Hella's sleeping in a hammock. Scared me again. Thank you so much, though.
They said MCP and now Soulbound?
Yeah.
Resub incoming.
All kinds of stuff going on here.
Thank you, Gravecaller.
But Soil and Doug, because your natural awareness, both of you have 2, notice maybe you had better chances because you're currently outside on the observation deck. You hear this like scratchy sound on the hull.
We're too far from the trees.
Is it Skitter?
Skitter's on me.
I would like to alert somebody to check over the side or something. There's something scratching somewhere.
All right. So the Dwarden you were playing the game with is like, yeah, I'll take a look. And he gets up out of the chair and he looks over the side, and I need to make a test for him.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to get pulled over
now
in
he
a
has
horror
no
movie
head.
thing.
And yeah.
Just waiting for him to be like, oh, that's undead. Yep, that's a lot of undead.
Quite well for him. So he looks over the edge and he goes, whoa! And he jumps back real quick, and you see this blade like shing over the top, and it just barely misses gutting this guy.
Blade?
Oh.
And he steps back and he goes, Skaven!
What?
Skaven?
And we are going to go into initiative here.
Oh no.
I'm asleep.
Yep. I was pretty happy you said that.
Oh my god.
So
Prepare for combat. Where's Hella?
so we're going to use the image of the cog.
Oh man, you're gonna be so pissed waking up and you missed combat. You missed a chance to die.
To just kind of represent where everybody is during
Okay.
this combat. So I'm going to put Soil and Doug at the very top to show that they're on the observation deck. And then Hella, I'll put you like at this middle level to show that you are in the crew deck sleeping. And then Daria, I'm okay with you saying you're in the middle level as well, as you were just kind of looking around,
Mandarin.
not sleeping
What
yet.
are these things? Why are there so many?
Oh, they're so gross. I'd
They're
rather be
still-
fighting undead.
Why are there so many?
They are so gross. This is pretty sweet. So I wrote down everybody's initiative on my sheet, so I know what your initiative is.
I have no idea.
So
die.
luckily, because Soil and Doug have high natural awareness, that also factors into their initiative, and their initiative is actually quite high as well. So as this Dwarden jumps back, as this blade swings at him, 4 of these Skaven that have long-handled halberds and armor leap over the side. One actually swings from a vine from the nearby trees and lands on the deck, and there are 4 of them up here. But Soil and Doug both have initiative of 4, so you can decide who acts, what order you act in here.
After you.
Had a feeling that was coming.
Unless you'd like me to open.
No, I'm good. I'll go.
Okay.
And one of the, as the one that swiped its blade climbs over the ledge, it goes, bleed die!
Oh,
And
they,
then it's
they
Soil's
shout now.
Yeah.
He even knows the correct order. Look at him.
Yeah, right? Bleed then
Bleed
die.
dead.
You could die and then bleed.
Bleed dead. So
Plus
I'm
the
going to start out. I'm going to start out with using Arcane Wave.
So I believe now that we are in combat, everybody, I think you gain a medal at the start of your turn. On Foundry, so everybody can on your turn change medal to 1. Everybody has a maximum of 1. I'm double checking quick if you just start if you gain at the start of combat or
Is there like a combat carousel or anything for this?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have that module. I'm
Gotcha.
not sure if it works with Soulbound or not. I can look into that for next time. But let's see. In combat, let's see. Let's see. How do we gain? You recover 1 metal at the start of your turn.
For talents, if part of the talent is like increasing the melee a step, can you like layer talents on top of each other? You know, like, so like, would I have 2 increases in melee if like both of my talents are applicable?
If something triggers both, yes. If they
Okay.
both require metal, probably not, because I think everybody's current maximum is 1.
Oh, okay.
But if it doesn't require metal,
Where would it say if it required it or not?
I think it would just say in the description.
Yeah, it normally says spend a metal or cost metal.
None of mine do.
Sweet.
Okay, cool.
So like,
And like all spells cost metal, I believe, right?
Are this
I don't think spells do. Miracles do. Because you don't have to roll for miracles; they just happen.
Gotcha.
So you'd spend metal instead. Because you have to roll for a spell, you don't spend metal.
Nice.
I don't think. So ways you can use metal, just to remind ourselves, since we're starting a combat here, you can spend it to take an extra action on your turn. You can use a talent or a miracle that specifies it, as you just said. You can double your training before you roll, or you can double your focus after you roll. And then you get 1 metal back on your turn. So there's almost no reason not to use it every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if your maximum is only 1. Does anybody have a maximum of more than 1?
No.
Of metal?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Quick question, actually. Now that
Yeah.
I'm looking at this, because like I said, I'm about to. I want to cast Arcane Wave. Now because
to do that?
I'm trying to look at like trying to do the roll here in Foundry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a spell roll D, and it's 5 to 1, which is right. Attribute is mine, so that means I should have 4 dice, right?
Mhm.
And the channeling skill, I can add and adds an extra dice as
Yes.
well as +1. Now, do I put that into the bonus dice and bonus focus? Do I add 1 into each of those?
No, because it already has them in there. See how it's a bonus dice and a bonus focus?
No,
Everything-
I just put it in.
Oh,
Originally it was
gotcha.
0.
So bonus would be if you were like spending a metal to increase it.
Oh, okay. So then it should just remain 0.
I believe it should. If it's on the character sheet, it should count it all
Yeah.
because it has been for me.
It should, yeah. Because
Okay.
you already have mind and channeling selected. It'll know that you have metal. I think that comes into play after you roll it.
Okay.
I think you can change it in the chat.
Well, I'm going to find out because this
So
is
yeah,
what
if
I'm
you
gonna
just click roll, it
All right.
should do it. We'll see how it goes. All right. Okay, so it says
do.
focus. So this is
Where did it go?
So you succeeded with 1 additional success.
Where did it go? I don't even see where I rolled.
So you
It's in
click
the
on the
chat.
little the like comic talk bubbles, all the way to the left.
Hold that thought. Let me just
So it does 2 damage.
Click the chat up there. Oops, sorry.
this up here.
That'll have all the rolls.
Ah, there it is.
Okay, so
nice.
you succeeded. So each creature in your zone must make a body might test. On a failure, a creature is knocked prone and suffers 1 damage.
And it does say he has a focus available, so he could turn one of those into an additional.
Yeah, it wouldn't work anything.
He's got 3s.
Oh, it's gotta
There's
be
no
5s.
4s. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no 4s to bump up.
But but with Arcane Wave and everything, each additional success increases the damage by 1. So there's 2 damage going out for anything that fails.
So unfortunately, this one does say each creature, not each enemy. So this will also affect Doug and the 2 cogsmiths
No,
on
thank
board.
you.
Oh,
I politely
So
decline.
Doug, you need to make a 4.
Great.
So it's the 4. The difficulty is the number of successes that Soil got.
2.
So a 4/2 body might test. So I can roll that with my storm vermin.
I think I can just click the DN42 body might here and hit roll, and oh no.
All right. So let's see. I can roll.
Well,
tokens. The
this
first
backfired a
one
little bit.
fails. Let's see. The second one.
got a little spooked. Sorry.
That's okay. I think all I have to do is stand up. It only did 1 damage, right?
Oh, this one passed with an additional success.
It only did 1 damage, right?
It'll do 2 damage and knock you
It only
prone.
did 1 damage, right?
It's only toughness damage. You'll be fine.
I don't like that.
That one passed with an additional success.
Damn it, James.
And the last one, thanks, Foundry, is going to fail. So the first one and the last one failed, so they take 2 damage.
Of the Skaven?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm prone.
Oh. I was like, why doesn't I have my wounds calculated? Because I'm worried about toughness now, dummy. So it doesn't take either of them out. They are not like super piddly minions, but it does damage half of them. And the 2 cogsmiths are like, oh, whoa!
Well, the 2 Skaven that were hit, they're now prone.
They're also prone, right? Sweet. So I'll add that to them. Let's see, the cogsmiths. They have body 2. Neither of them pass, so they both take some damage as well. But they are, luckily, they don't have just 1. So it's not like you killed anybody.
And what does the condition prone do? Is that on one of our templates?
I have it
here?
on my GM screen that I'm going to can light up. Can only move by crawling. The creature uses their move to stand up to end the condition. Your melee and accuracy are decreased by 1 step. If
While
you're
prone?
attacking a prone target from close range, increase melee or accuracy 1 step. Creature attacking a prone target from outside close range decreases accuracy by 1 step. So easier to hit if they're close to you, harder to hit if they're further away.
But once you stand up, the condition's over. I don't
yeah,
take
so
the
if
negative.
you spend your move
Okay.
on your turn, it'll do that. But you should be able to just add prone on
I
Foundry.
I did.
Oh, nice.
Consider me prone.
I'm clicking the wrong button here. I was hiding them on accident. Which one's prone? Probably the one that looks like a person falling. Mm-hmm. Cool. So I just applied it to my storm vermin, and it is so Soil can still move if you want.
And you have a metal still. You can use it to act again.
So you have normal speed, right?
I believe so.
So free action to move anywhere within your zone, and you can use your move action to move to an adjacent zone if you wish. Which in this case is either down into the crew level, or you can actually move to the hull, or eventually to the jungle. But
Has the ship stopped?
no, it's still going.
I'm going to stay where I am.
Cool. All right, Doug.
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 Okay, so I will call to the guards. Rats, big ones.
Rats.
Oh dear.
You sound so concerned. Rats.
But you're still prone.
Yes, my shadow leap. Because I can, teleport through shadows.
Yeah.
Can I teleport to stand up behind one as my move action?
Well, you use your move to teleport. Mm-hmm. I would say you would still be prone after you teleport.
But if I can teleport over there, can't I teleport? You know what I mean? I'm here, right? And I can go here. Why can't I just go here?
I hope the camera picked up all that pantomime.
I'll allow you to allow it.
So you spend your move to teleport. Mm-hmm. You're not spending your move to stand up.
Oh, I you know what? To be fair to your point, it does say if you are standing in full shadow.
Well, could you
Oh,
use
it
a
does
metal
say
to
that.
take an additional...
Yes, but okay. So if I cast things, that I can do that fine while on the floor.
Yeah, I didn't say that if that's not affected by prone.
Okay. Well,
So instead of lying there, you can lie somewhere else.
I could actually up to long range away.
I'm just going to shadow cast myself back to bed.
I am going to shadow step while prone into Hella's room or next to her hammock.
Okay.
And just teleport upon the floor and be like, Hella.
So you just like meld into the floor because there's lots of shadows all over the
Yeah.
place. It's night, and you like appear on the
come
floor
up on the
underneath
floor.
your hammock.
Hella.
I'm just picturing him just like, hello.
All right, Hella.
Did he wake me up?
I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna,
Probably just punched him.
so there's a lot of different noises
Through
going
the hammock.
on. Let's see. We'll find out on your turn.
How many
So is
times
your
have I
action trying to
told
wake
you?
her up then?
No, well, yes.
Okay. So it is.
It's going to be like one of those things where Hella just punches him and is like, how many times have I told you don't do that?
So it is Darius' turn.
Well, no, hold
at
on.
Initiative 3.
I still have other things, metal and things
I
like
guess you could spend a medal.
I would like to spend a metal, and I would like to cast Mystic Shield upon myself.
Okay.
You're already out of the way.
Roll it.
Right?
But I'll be back very soon.
You're already out of the way.
Enemies can move too, though. So Mystic Shield. Are you just gonna roll it on
Yes.
the Foundry? Mm-hmm. 5-1.
Boom.
Not a low chance.
What I get?
You're good. One
2.
additional success.
Okay, so I'll have it for a couple
Hella is-
rounds then.
So
That's
it'll
what
last
that
for 2
means, right?
rounds.
For the last-
You got
An
one
additional success, you can
Yeah.
put the shield on other people.
I'll apply a Mystic Shield to myself, and yes.
All right, it is Darius' turn. So the person on the observation deck called out Skaven as he got attacked. So someone else hears that below and calls it through the intercom type system, the voice pipes. So you would hear that there's Skaven.
I'm gonna run up to the observation deck towards the action.
So I'm assuming your speed is normal. There it is. Okay, yeah, speed is normal. So you can so your move, you said you're in the middle, so you can just use your move to get up to the observation deck, and then you can use a free action to move. I'm assuming you want to move up to the Skaven and attack.
Yeah.
So do you want to attack one that is prone or no?
No. I want to attack a non-prone. No. Blah, 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 blah. A non-prone Skaven.
Okay, cool. So what is your melee step? So if you go to the combat tab, you're right under abilities with the hammer.
Oh, 3.
All right.
But. So I've got 2
something.
talents that I think apply.
Okay.
Well, actually, 3. So I'm ambidextrous.
Okay.
So when I'm dual wielding, making an attack, add 1 dice to your total dice pool.
Okay. So then, before splitting the dice for each weapon, so you would, if you dual attack with the 2 things, you make 2 separate rolls.
But I split the dice.
You choose how to split the dice. So instead of what would it be, 3 dice? That seems like not enough. Because the value is.
But I have, for weapon skill, I have 2 training.
Oh, there we go. You have 5 dice. So you would
Yeah.
have 6 dice you can split. So you could do 3 and 3 or 5 and 1, whatever. And then what's the other one? Relentless Assault.
Yeah.
That increases while wielding a melee weapon in each hand. Your melee increases 1 step. Okay, so now your melee becomes great.
Are these Skaven bigger than I am?
No, they are medium
Okay.
or normal, whatever they call it in this one.
Okay.
They're the same size as you. Okay, so you become great, and you have 6 dice to split up between these 2 attacks.
Okay. So, all right. So I got to roll separately. What do I have to get?
My defense is average, so you're 2 steps higher, which means you need 2s.
2s? Let's hope. Okay, so I got 2 successes for 1 weapon and 3 successes for the other one.
All right, and did you have any focus there? You have 1 focus, so you can apply
Okay,
focus.
so then I got
Can
all.
be split between the dice however you choose, but only applied once. So between the 2 attacks, you can
So
still
then
use
I.
1 focus.
So then I got 3 and 3. So I got all successes.
Whoa!
Hell yeah.
Okay. So luckily the Skaven is wearing armor.
Ambidextrous. coming in.
Ambidextrous.
So
Chop up that salad.
So the downside to doing it this way, attacking with both weapons, is 2 separate attacks. So I believe I apply my armor to both.
Okay.
Or you just couldn't not.
Yeah, a
you
point of
could
successes
not.
and damage.
You could just be like,
Quick,
"Oh,
use your
it's
silver
fine."
tongue and
So-
convince them.
So you notice that each one does each slice does draw blood.
Okay.
You do a little bit of damage with both, but the Skaven does not go down.
What? Trash.
What is this trash?
But you
Man, we've got 2 prissy people on the party. This is gonna be fun.
She's just I think you're just disappointing yourself. You didn't
Yeah.
kill it. You could spend metal to do another action and make another attack if you want. And then you could, because like you have 2 in your hands, you don't have to do the dual attack every time. Like you could say, I'm gonna just attack with one of them.
Okay. Yeah, so let's spend our metal. And
Well, I guess if you're wielding a weapon in each hand, you are considered to be dual wielding. But if you wanted to do like more focus attack with one,
yeah,
you can split it less evenly.
because then I would have more dice and
So you could do like 5 and 1 and really
yeah.
put almost all
All right,
of it into
let's
one
do
attack.
that.
Cool.
So you spend your metal to attack again.
Do I need 2s?
Still need 2s because you are currently great at melee.
So I got 5 successes.
All right, so that was so your last attack. You swing your last slice, but you whiff that one because that Skaven
What?
falls dead. With 5 successes,
That's
that
dope.
one is gone.
She couldn't just, like carry it on to the next.
I have some leftover strength. Here, take it.
Overkill.
Hoping it would put that like skull over it when I put its toughness to 0, but it didn't. So let's make it red to say it's dead.
Dead.
Ain't no kill quite like overkill.
All right, but it is now the Storm Vermin's turn before Hella, because her initiative is only 1.
The storm vermin.
That's what they're
A
called.
vermin of the storm.
So they're going to free action, move, and start to swarm Hella. Nope.
What?
Me.
They're not
Daria.
by me. Thank you.
No, you just have this creepy little shadow person.
Oh, so the
Hello.
Who's about to get punched?
the 2 that are
Just
down
kind of
need
enter-
to spend
Just
their
kind of
move to
entered
get
your
up,
sleeping area, you know?
On the floor.
Yeah.
and then,
Again,
yeah.
I just like picturing you just like,
So what is your defense, Daria?
just like showing up in some kind of like pose.
That's like the banner looking thing.
Yes, that's a kite shield,
The
tower shield.
average.
All right, so my target has average defense, and we're gonna roll that and get 3 successes.
Come on.
So that'll be 3 damage, and they have rend. So you lose 1 point of non-magical armor.
Wait. So 3 successes.
which you
But I
would
have
have
2
if
armor.
Doug shared it.
But they use
Oh,
friends, so
well,
we really only
she
have
was
1
important when
armor.
I cast it.
I'm gonna quick double check when the rend
You
comes
know,
into play, because that's
You
kind of a
did
big
just
deal.
leave me again.
I'm getting good at it.
I see that.
All right, so
Middle of a fight,
I
and
think
Doug
it
just,
happens before.
just
A rend weapon can destroy
disappears.
non-magical armor. When attacking with a rend weapon, each result of a 6 in your attack roll removes 1 point of armor. I did not roll any 6s.
Okay.
Could you
so-
Let me
imagine
double check that they have focus. I do
How
have
upset
focus.
Hella would have been if this all
So I'm
transpired
going
without her.
to bump them up. So
What's
I
more
do get a
dangerous?
6.
Okay.
True.
The armor is destroyed after the attack, so the armor gets the usual armor bonus when determining damage from your attack. So you only suffer 1 toughness damage, but your armor is now reduced by 1.
Okay. Oh wait. That's a 6.
So you
And
should
then this is a 1.
be able to change that.
Yep, I think I did.
Okay, so I'm going to attack with the second one here. With a rusty halberd. And get 4 successes. With another rend.
Daniel.
I can
Enough.
only heal so much.
Right? So you take, so 4 minus your armor is now 1, right?
Yeah.
So suffer 3 toughness damage and take your armor down to nothing. And then the last one is going to go.
Wait, like I've got great reflexes. Why aren't they coming into play here?
This one only got
Bro.
1 success. So you suffer 1 more damage.
It won't let my armor.
You probably have to change it in the gear. If you go to the
Oh.
gear tab, I'll change it for you quick.
And you said
'Cause
one
the
more
benefit will
toughness?
just be 0 currently.
Sheesh. All right.
So that should.
Glad I'm sleeping through this.
So what? So
You
how much?
say that now.
So what's your toughness at?
2.
Oof. All right. So we might see some wounds in this combat. It is finally Hella's
I
turn.
can heal.
Whee! Skaven, thousands of them.
3
Are
just
there
show up.
thousands of them?
That's just somebody. in
Skaven,
chat
thousand.
said.
There's
3
4.
show up.
All right.
I didn't even know how many there actually are.
So Hella, you are sleeping, but Doug tried to wake you up. So I'm gonna.
Slug.
I was
him.
gonna say
Slug
an
him.
awareness test. You got 1 die in this for awareness.
Maybe a 1-up, probably.
There
if you
are
roll 1 or better.
announcements
I was gonna
going
say there
over the
was an
thing, and
announcement.
Doug spent an action
Give
to
her
wake you up.
advantage.
So
Come
I'm
on.
gonna say this is essentially what do they call it? A very easy test. You just need to not roll a 1 on that die. 2 up.
Anything but a 1.
To wake up,
This will be a free action.
One
to wake
on
up.
one. How heavy of a sleeper are you?
I got a 2.
Oh, I thought it was a 1 for a second. I
Oh
got
my
real
God.
excited. All right.
So
That would have been
close.
great. I wish it was
So
a 1.
close.
So you wake up. We'll say that's a free action to wake up.
Oh my God.
And you hear like excitement. People are yelling. It's not just the 4 of you in this. So there are a bunch of people screaming, Skaven, they're down the hall, blah blah blah. So there's fighting going on right away.
Do I notice Doug? Where is Doug?
But yeah, he woke you up. He's right below you.
There's Skaven on the deck. It's dreadful.
Oh my God.
Everyone's in
dreadful.
a panic up there.
I was debating whether or not I actually do punch him because he woke me
Just-
up, or if
it's
I
just
like.
not my scene.
It's so gauche.
All right.
Not even in proper attire.
Go through a lot of feelings all at once. As I just woke up and Doug is there and
Hello.
very nonchalantly telling me about Skaven while everyone else is running around like crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna start running toward that direction.
Head up top.
Yeah.
All right, so it's
This
a free
is
action to
my
wake up, so you can use your move. Are you normal or slow?
Where is that?
So on the combat tab.
Okay, my computer died because you have the wrong kind of outlet for me to plug it in. So
my fault.
Your fault.
Speed is normal.
okay.
There's an
Sheet, no
extra-
problem. So you can use your move to change to another zone. So you climb up that ladder real quick, and you see
through
the
from-
storm vermin.
Okay.
You might know what they are. So I'll let you.
Is the heater off before they plug that in?
Are we gonna blow fuse?
No, we'll just unplug that.
We have before.
Can you unplug that second one?
While this is going on, I gotta go.
Yeah, just to make sure that we don't overload, because we have
Uh-oh.
popped the breaker before.
It's happened during streams before.
I did turn off the dehumidifier in the other room.
You're a very smart
Because that
man.
one we learned was bad news for that.
Yes.
I gotta go.
Okay,
Little
so
Betty's room.
Hella, I will let you. I will say that's a lot of movement for one round.
Okay.
I will say if you want to use your metal to make one attack, you can.
So I'm close enough to. What do I see up top?
So you get up
How
there, you
many
see
are there actually?
you see
or-
2 cogsmiths prone on the ground, just kind of.
Getting attacked.
They haven't gone
left
yet.
and
You
right.
see Soil there had in the telltale just casted a spell, and you see Daria surrounded by 3 Skaven. One's dead at her feet, and she is bleeding and looking in kind of rough shape.
Oh dear.
So I'll let you, if you spend your metal, I'll let you move over and attack one. If you want to, you can attack one that is clearly injured or one that is not. There are 2 that are injured, one that is not.
Okay. If I can, then I'm gonna go for the one that is not injured because I hate the Skaven and I'm gonna attack it.
Cool.
And
Kill the beast.
All right.
I'm going for it with my my great hammer because I hate those.
All right, its defense is average. What is your melee?
Which one is that?
That
the
one,
hammer.
The hammer. Good.
Is good. So that's 1 step above, so you need 3s for successes. So you can roll that on the table or in Foundry. It's up to you.
What am I rolling?
So your weapon skill is 5, because you have body 4 and 1 training in weapon skill.
Okay.
So 5 dice, looking for 3s for successes.
Okay.
And this, I just closed it on exit, because you have a great hammer. This is 2 damage plus successes, which is pretty sweet.
You know, I just thought for it, Tim. I should
All
have
right.
said I gotta go
What
make
did I need
aqua
for
granis.
successes? What did I
need
need
3
to
up.
roll? I have all successes. Though.
Yes.
So 5, that's
Oh.
7 damage.
I don't know what's
Which
happening, but
you just smash right
I
through this Skaven's armor like it's not even there, and
Crush its
just
skull.
crush it.
she's going all Hogan on him.
I hate.
Yeah, it's
As the videos comes out, you guys will see that.
it's done good.
We did do a redemption that I forgot to turn off for hydrate.
Oh, somebody did that.
Yep.
Hydrate. Thank you.
If you ever
Forget
say
to
you have
drink.
to pee, they'll immediately redeem a whole bunch of hydrates.
Yeah.
To make you have to either pee worse or pee again.
We love our chat. Mostly it's to Tim. They might even say like everybody hydrate, but or
Yeah.
everybody
It's normally pretty tough.
Tim, but everybody hydrate or something
Yeah.
like that. All right, great. So you run up there and just like cave one of their skulls
I'm
in.
like berserker mode.
Yeah, you said you hate Skaven. So Daria, you're probably kind of relieved. Another one is down.
You know, you're becoming like my other character.
I know, right? Like,
Right?
Why am I always hurt?
I swear I don't have anything against elves. It just happens.
Aw.
So back to the top. It is Soil or Doug's turn.
Well, he's somewhere down below, right?
I mean, I'll go if you need.
No, all right. I can go again.
Okay. So you regain your medal.
Never used it. Does that mean I have 2 now?
No. That's why it says regain 1.
Let's see. How many are left now?
2.
There are 2 storm vermin on the observation deck. with you.
Is one of them is still prone, correct? Or are they both prone?
They both got up
They both got up.
because they acted. But yeah, one is hurt. No, they're both hurt.
So,
Yeah, you got some options here. You could move up and attack. You could cast another spell. That really about your options.
that's yeah.
You don't have anything ranged, I don't think. No, you
No,
just
I
have your
do.
Great Wood Scythe.
I have my arcane.
Well, in terms of weapons, yeah, you've got
Oh.
spells that are ranged for sure. You got some cool stuff. Arcane Wave, Lie of the Land, Realm Blood, Shield of Thorns.
You know, that's an actually good question. Because I'm curious with all this and everything to see how it all plays out. What if I were to just stick Skitter on one of them?
Yeah, that's a thing you can do. So Loyal Companion, I think you spend your action to tell them to do something, right? Because we've had Rachel, you're our companion expert.
Yeah.
You've had a dog.
yeah, you spend your action.
You had a dog.
Yeah, it's something that we've been. I know I've been having trouble
Right,
in Foundry making that more
Yeah,
usable.
because I'm trying. It says, what is it here?
You could do that, but then you could probably spend your medal to you take an action.
Right. Because that's what you were kind of doing. Using.
Yeah.
Yeah, on your turn, you can use an action to direct your companion to move and take an action. So essentially, you spend one action to give your companion a turn. But like Rich just said, you could always use your medal to do another action after that. The Bitter Grub,
So, all right. So it says
it can bite. It's
here-
not very good at it though.
I'm just looking at what's going on here with all of this stuff on the Foundry and everything. Because like some of this is saying like, since I have it unlocked and everything, you got to move things to various places to get it to actually show up on the Foundry here.
Yeah, or if you just click on the Loyal Companion talent and scroll down a bit, you can just click on the Bitter Grub just to bring up the sheet so you can see what it can do.
No, I can't. It says you do not have sufficient permission to view this.
Maybe I can do that because I'm GM. Okay, so just so you're aware, it has poor melee, poor accuracy, and poor defense. It has 2 dice and weapon skill if it were to try to bite something. But it has a cool ability called Return to the Earth. So after that Bitter Grub feasts on a dead creature, undergoes metamorphosis. Shell hardens and it becomes incapacitated for D6 days. After this time has passed, it emerges from its emerald cocoon in a cloud of silver pollen. The zone the bitter grub is sanctified as per the life bloom spell. Which is kind of cool. Not useful right now, but neat.
But maybe in 1 to 6 days.
Yeah, so what do you want to do?
Well, I think I'm going to, like I said before, I'm going to have Skitta try and, I guess bite one of the Skaven, one of the wounded ones.
So you just like have Skitter come off of your belt and it skitters over there and bites one? All right, so so it's going to need
You, like, shoot
5s.
it
It has
like a
2
wet
dice and needs
blaster.
5s for successes.
2 dice, 5 for
You
success.
said against one of the injured ones?
Yes.
Okay, I think I can get it.
And both fail.
No.
I got a bitter grub token.
Yeah.
Oh no, why did it show up as nothing?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So Skitter runs over there and tries to bite the thing, but it didn't work. So
And then I suppose then I will use a metal to attack with my great scythe.
why is that not working? All right, so you can free action move over there and attack one of the Skaven. Its defense is average, and your
Attack is average.
is also average, so you need 4s for success. And your scythe is 1 plus
I have-
success damage.
I'm trying to see, do I have weapon skill? I do. I have a training and a focus in weapon skill. So that's a body throw, right? For melee attack, that's body.
Yeah, body weapon skills. So you
So
got
that's-
3 dice with a focus. It's not your forte, but you're not.
Go!
Hey, and let's make that a 5, because why not? That's 2 6s
A whole
and a 5.
bunch of successes.
Yeah.
4 successes. Ooh, you do have a special ability on your scythe called Cleave. We're going to Cleveland. Let's see. When attacking with a cleave weapon, each result of a 6 on your attack roll deals 1 damage to all other enemies within close range.
So there's 2 6s.
That's really cool.
Let's go.
And you rolled 2, so this one.
Skitta was just the
The
distraction.
distraction.
They do have. So what is your total? You had 3 successes, so 4 damage.
3 successes, 2 of which were 6s.
Awesome. So that one takes some damage, but it gets blocked by the armor. I'm assuming the cleave ignores armor. So this says they just take 2 damage or take 1 damage per 6. I think. So
Sure.
you slash right through both of them with that swing, but neither goes down yet. You could tell they're very hurt though. I guess we'll find out if Doug does anything about that.
So,
I mean,
I guess I'll shadow step back up there.
Okay.
When you said in character creation that you were going to abuse that skill, you were not lying, were you?
I'm not even positive it works that way.
All right, so you shadow step. That's your move to go back up top, which you could just use your move to go anyway. But
No, I'd have to use my move to stand up.
I like the idea. Oh, true. That
Oh yeah,
you
he
don't-
never stood up.
No, I'm still on the ground.
disappears like on the floor
Oh
again
my God.
under the table you're playing cards on.
Actually,
I just love that, the idea that you're too lazy to climb the ladder.
I'm not lazy. I'm just efficient. However,
There's no like roll you have to make to see if anything goes wrong when you teleport like that. That
No,
seems
if
very
I-
unwarranted.
if I'm in shadows, I'm
None at
great.
all.
So and outside is like all shadow, right? So
So I can use it anytime I want.
and wherever. So
At
let's.
this point, I'm just like, you're just gotta be like lounging.
I feel like
and
I
just
want there to be some kind of negative with this, just because this is really good.
Just because you're evil.
Fine. All right. So what are you doing once you get up here?
Oh, I'm gonna appear, just merge out of the floor right behind one of them and
Scare them.
Stab him. All right. So you are prone still because you still haven't stood up.
correct.
So creature. No.
So he just attacks their ankles.
Your melee decreases 1 step.
Achilles.
So I'm average now.
Slice.
Your melee is great.
It's good.
Oh, good is above average. I keep forgetting average is.
My defense
that
is
good.
great.
All right, so you're average. My defense is average, so you need 4s here.
4. So I'm going to be rolling 5 dice. Now, according to this double attacking thing, right? I have 2 daggers, so I can combine both of those pools all into one.
Wait, when did you take those daggers out?
As part of the move action, it's something you've always allowed. Your words, not mine.
I'll let you draw 'em. Sure, I
wanna
do
let me
always
draw-
allow that.
How about just 1? I'll just draw 1. Oh, 2's fine. Listen, you're the boss.
What do you got for that? Just backstab, right?
Oh, I have that too. Yes, I forgot
You
about
don't
that.
have like you're not ambidextrous, so
No,
you
so I don't
get
get-
bonus dice or anything.
Right, but I still have a pool of two daggers.
Yes. Yeah, you do get your backstab here because you came out of the shadows.
And what does backstab do?
If you attack with a subtle weapon, which your dagger is, the target's unaware of you. The attack deals double damage and ignores armor.
Yeah.
So you can just like, what's that called when you?
I'll garrote his ankle.
Yeah, you just can like slice its Achilles or whatever.
So when using two weapons, right? Effectively, it's one attack.
No,
Oh.
2 attacks. You can split up the dice you have.
Oh.
So like your weapon
Yes, I don't
skill
need
is
2 daggers.
5.
Then one's fine.
Okay, so you draw 1 dagger as you appear through the shadow.
Yes.
You do have 5 dice and a training in this.
Yes.
Or sorry, a focus. You have 2 training, which is really good. So you're just making a single slash here.
Yeah.
So you're rolling physical dice.
Yeah, actually, let's try this in here.
So you want to click on one of your daggers on the combat tab.
Okay.
That'll make the attack for you. And then just set your where it says opponent, change their defense to average. And then you need to change your, because you have a penalty. So change your attacker rating near the top down to good. No.
No, it's already there
Oh,
because I've
gave
marked
yourself
myself as prone.
I love Foundry. Does all this stuff for you.
And the target's armor is.
Average. Oh, you can affect their. Oh, I didn't realize that.
I'll do it
their-
all for you.
Their armor is 2.
2. Okay.
All right, it takes 1 damage.
Well, hold on.
But we didn't. I don't know how to add backstab to that, so it actually does 2 damage.
No, hold on. I
Why?
have a focus, so I will use that to turn one of the 3s into a 4.
Cool.
So it'll do 4 damage.
Oh, because it doubled. Sweet. Good thing it only had 1 left.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't. But either way, it's dead. What'd you say, Garrett? It's ankles.
Yes, and then I'll use my metal to do it to the other.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Okay. We're on the same zone, no?
I'll allow it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. And other dagger. Target's defense is average. I'm average as well. Oh, that'll be 2 as well, doubled to
Same thing. 4
4.
damage.
Yeah.
So you take out the last 2
Yes.
storm vermin.
You're welcome.
Look at that. Doug did something.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse you, actually.
Excuse me. All right. So it collapses as you like hamstring it or whatever with your dagger from the ground. But you're still just laying there. You never got
Actually,
up.
as one more
Very
thing, just as a little bit of fun. So when I shadow leap, I also get a free stealth test.
True.
So just so no one else knows I'm there.
No one knows what killed these things.
Yes, I'll make a body stealth test as a free action.
It's just lying on the ground. Nobody knows what's happening. What's going on?
That's so good.
So yeah, we'll that'll be 3 successes,
Okay.
3 6s on that bad boy.
So I think that goes against everybody's natural awareness, which nobody has anywhere near 3. Well, Soils is 2, so I guess it's near 3.
I'm very unaware.
No, yeah. Hella and Daria both have natural awareness of 1. It worked out really well in my notes. The order I wrote everybody's names in is the same order, like decreasing natural awareness and decreasing initiative just by chance, which is really nice. So as that last storm vermin collapses, you all hear an explosion ring out from below decks.
Oh no!
A flash of fire and shrapnel blooms from the rear of the Harbinger, illuminating the forest for a single moment. The Cogfort immediately tilts to the side and begins to veer off the dirt road into the jungle. Everyone, even the Ratmen, brace for impact. The Cogfort begins to plow through the jungle, getting way off course and into the more dangerous terrain.
No.
The observation deck and outer hull zones are now major hazards from tumbling debris and lashing thorny branches as the Cogfort plows through the jungle and crashes into the surrounding flora.
Jesus.
A muffled cry echoes through the nearby voice pipes. Help! The rats are in the engine room! And we're going to find out what happens next time as we're going to wrap up.
Hold on, before the
This
closing
first
music,
episode.
we did have a comment in chat, a question.
Okay.
I think it's a great idea.
I like questions.
So can we spend bits to get Tim to do something truly stupid to get his character killed?
Do we want to... Toxic Tim, yes, I am
Yeah.
100% behind that. I
Yeah.
wish we had thought of that at the start.
I'm super.
No,
into it as well.
don't do this to me. I'm the healer. Why?
I will definitely invoke the right of Toxic Tim
Oh,
being
God.
a Bits Redemption on this show.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
But otherwise, thank you so much for joining us for the first real episode of How Doomed Are We with our Blackened Earth campaign. The Cockford has veered off the one road. There's fire. There's rats in the engine room. Doug did something. This is crazy.
I didn't mean
I just said it because you failed your first roll. So
Oh yeah,
it was only up from there.
it really
right?
was. I set the bar low. That's my thing.
Thank you so much for checking it out. Make sure to check out professionalcasual.com for all kinds of other goodness that we have, including Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Marvel Crisis Protocol, Star Wars Shatterpoint, video games almost every day, Taylor painting models and hobby hangout, Ben playing Souls games on Saturdays, Tim is doing a lot of Baldur's Gate, a lot of other things, weekdays at 3
We're
on the
almost done
Twitch
with it.
here.
We've almost beaten it.
That's
like 80
crazy.
hours into that stream.
That's wild. This will be up on YouTube. If you're watching it there, thank you so much. Make sure to sub there, as we are going to be rolling out some new things on YouTube in the coming months as well. I'm very excited about. Thanks so much for being here. Check out patreon.com/professionalcasual if you want to support the network that way. Or if you're on Twitch, don't forget, if you have Amazon Prime, which pretty much everybody does, you get one free. If you link the accounts, super easy to do. You get one free Prime sub every month that doesn't cost you anything extra, and you can support us that way. That won't take any money out of your pocket, but we'll put some in the networks. Help us out. We really appreciate that. We love Prime subs. But yeah, thank you. I'm really excited for next time because this was a blast. Hopefully they don't all die in the first thing here.
Depends on how many bits they
I
have.
mean,
I don't know. Daria's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, I got no armor left. I'm down to
I'm working
I
on
don't
it.
even know. We gotta figure out how I get my armor back. That's the next step.
Yeah, I need to look that up. How do you fix rendered armor?
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably like Gorilla Glue.
Hopefully.
But thank you so much. Bye. Gotta go catch the Lions game.
It says we'll be right back, but we won't. We're gone.
Why is it like a kid? What is this picture?
Don't ask questions.
Is that like you as a
All
kid?
of you
No.
can see the